In Major League Baseball, Guardians designated hitter David Fry suffered multiple facial and nasal fractures after he was hit by a pitch in the face during last night's game. The injuries did not require surgery, but Fry is done for the season as he needs 6 to 8 weeks to recover from the injuries. Right now, the Tigers and the Guardians are on a rain delay in Cleveland, while the Brewers have extended their lead over the Padres in San Diego. They're up right now. It is 3-1, bottom of the ninth inning, and San Diego is down to their final out. In the NFL, Seahawks are listing running back Zach Charbonnet as questionable for Thursday night against the Cardinals. Bucs wide receiver Chris Godwin was a full participant today. San Francisco 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy was limited in practice with his toe and shoulder injuries, and no practice for wide receiver Ricky Pearsall and wide receiver Jawan Jennings. Giants head coach Brian Daboll confirms that Jackson Dart will start at quarterback in Week 4 against the Chargers. I'm Ansi Bolaños.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, dack,
Enter, brother.
That's right. Come on in. And with that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3.
Thank you,
not
LeBron.
4, not 5.
No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, Sirius XM Channel 83.
Wow.
And now on YouTube.
We'll do it live. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
That's right.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Just do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Can you imagine that studio when he's just yelling at everybody? You ain't got to be all like that, Bill. Dang, Bill. I was just asking, did you want me to print this?
We'll do it live.
That's right. Say my name,
Rob Parker.
Say his name,
Kelvin Washington.
We are indeed the Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington, on this Worship Wednesday. I got it. And you will need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio program on the planet. At least when people are still awake.
Snooze and don't count. They don't count.
Write it down, commit it to memory, 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there, it's 877-996-6369. And if you hear, that's right, if you hear feedback on the line, it's all your fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And with that said, always remember.
Sweetie Beanie. Yeah.
Yay. Yes. All right. Yay. Let's go. Big show. Let me welcome in my co-host. He is.
Yay.
Kelvin
Washington. Happy Worship Wednesday, gang. Everybody good?
Doing wonderful. Great. All good.
What the Tigers doing now?
Not yet.
Oh, my God.
Not yet. They haven't lost yet.
They haven't lost yet. Look at, man, Flattery, you talk about wasn't the greatest with the Dodgers now.
Right,
dang.
It's crap.
Been a rough going.
It's been rough. My God, and I know people. You know people in Detroit. Mm-hmm. They are sick. They are sick. Like really. Like it's the idea that they might not make the playoffs. Uh-huh. Forget about like what the season was. All that. It's that bad.
And it's reversed too, Rob. If this were last year, you'd be like, all right, they're young, we're up and coming. It was a rough ending, but you'd be like, all right. And then you'd be hopeful for this season to have been like last. It's that last season you're like, bad, we're building off of that. And you thought you were going to be maybe have even a World Series shot. Yeah, that's what makes it even worse.
And then, Tarek Skubal to throw that ball over. I mean, that was bad. Especially, that's the biggest game of the year.
That man said, Magic Johnson, no look past
No look! He didn't even see the first baseman. What was that?
You're feeling yourself when you throw no look past to first base. You know how hard, this. Pitchers are amazing at hitting the target when they do exactly what they do.
Sudden, right.
But when throwing to first base, It is the hardest thing for them, and let alone without looking.
That was bad. But we'll keep you updated with all the baseball. Yankees 1 game out of first place against Toronto. They're
That was
playing.
a big win last night.
They came back and won in the bottom of the 9th inning. We told you about the Cleveland. Cleveland is now in first place by virtue of the tiebreaker, which is incredible. The Reds and Pirates are playing. The Reds need a win. Paul Skeens and Hunter Green. What a dream matchup for a big game late September.
Yeah, watching it right now. We got it on one of our TVs.
Yep. So all right. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Also, business fluctuations make running your manufacturing business complex, but staffing your business doesn't have to be. Let Express Employment Professionals provide the workforce you need. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you. That's expresspros.com. Let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew because we wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without them. Rob G is our producer, as usual. Alex is our engineer.
Oh, my gosh.
Monty Bolaños is at the anchor desk. She'll keep us updated throughout the program. And, of course,
Who is it?
Elijah
Never heard of him.
is our social media
He's trying to treat you like Jimmy Kimmel, Elijah.
guru. That's right. I like the idea that he didn't like grovel.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He came back.
He found the perfect line.
I thought so, right?
Right. I give you what you want, but I ain't giving you what you want.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
we'll talk about that later because I
thought it
got
was
something
good.
for One's Got to Go.
All right. Let's get into this. Rob G, jump in. Tom Brady has pushed back on people who think that it's a bad look that he has a minority owner and he's.
So they was done with DEI.
Yeah, I was gonna say can we call him a suburban owner?
Yeah, suburban owner.
Instead of
DEI.
minority owner.
I don't know. That sounds like a DEI right now. Minority owner.
Minority owner, and of course a broadcaster on Fox. And a lot of people think it's a conflict of interest and have pushed back on it. Even former players and whatnot have said that it's just a bad look for the NFL to allow him to talk to people. But Rob G, he pushed back today and classified people as what?
Yeah, Tom Brady's not a fan of people like Rob Parker today.
What?
Because he put out a lengthy post on his, I guess it's a newsletter. It looked like more like a blog to me. But it's discussing this whole situation.
Was that in between counting the $75 million to play flag football he said he didn't take?
Yes.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
Yes.
Dude, come on. Really?
Listen.
You know what could be done with $75 million for the people who are living in cardboard boxes on the streets of Los Angeles?
Yeah, you beat me to it. Yeah, we go down Skid Row and I can show you.
$75 million for okay, go ahead, Rob.
All right. That's a wholly different conversation.
Then we're going to make the next week's update after this.
Right.
We're
So Brady posted a lengthy response to that whole situation, and people are complaining that he can't have both. He can't be a broadcaster and an owner. It's a conflict of interest. Here's what he said in part. Quote, I love football. At its core, it's a game of principles. And with all the success it has given me, I feel I have a moral and ethical duty to the sport, which is why the point where my roles intersect is not actually a point of conflict, despite what the paranoid and distrustful might believe. Rather, it's the place from which my ethical duty emerges to grow, evolve, and improve the game that has given me everything.
What did he say? Call people again?
He called you, Rob Parker, paranoid and distrustful.
Thank you. And Tom Brady, is this on? I hope you're listening loud and clear. There's a reason that people don't trust you in this circumstance because along with being a great quarterback, you're a great cheater. And you come from an organization that did nothing but cheat. Deflategate. Spygate.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other gate? There was one more.
All the gates. I got a couple gates for you.
All right.
Pick a gate.
There's just so many things out there. And Tom Brady, you're the one who was suspended by the National Football League.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when you destroyed your phone rather than cooperate? All Tom Brady had to do, I'll never forget this moment in NFL history when Peter Alexander from NBC News looked you straight in the face and said, Is Tom Brady a cheater? He shrugged his shoulders, threw his hands up, and said, I don't think so. What do you mean, I don't think so? That's what he said. I don't think so. But he destroyed his phone rather than cooperate with the NFL. Somehow he had 300 text messages with a guy he said he didn't know anything about. Either they were having a relationship or something else. I mean, you have 300 text messages and you don't know. He claims he don't know the guy personally. And his nickname was the Deflator in those texts. Can you help me? You don't know who that guy is? Come on, Tom. This is why people don't trust you. Your history, your legacy is filled with cheating. Why would you stop now? And you could say, oh, I didn't know what was going on. Oh, gee, golly whiz. I don't. No, stop it. You knew what was going on with the deflated footballs.
I have no knowledge of anything.
Yeah,
Don't disrespect him, Rob. He said he had no knowledge.
So my point is simple. People don't think this is a good idea, and it is a conflict of interest, and you can't see it because you want what you want. You want the high-paying television job, yet you want to be an owner. Nobody else is doing that. Nobody else. Because it doesn't go together. For fellow coaches and people go, oh, it ain't a big deal. They just like you. In reality, if they were asked an honest question where maybe they don't have to be counted, they'd have a different response.
Look, I mean, you already touched on, we've talked about this, and then you touched on some of the things that I'm going to add to it. So Tom Brady went from deflating and scrubbing balls to scrubbing calls, right? He went to, hey, scrubbing them calls out the call log, and we know about the Deflategate, Tampergate. Don't forget Tampergate. We're tampering around with the Dolphins. And this is what I think he's misconstruing. Tom, let's say you've turned a new leaf. Nobody's saying you're going to, but dang it, people say you can. And I don't understand how he can have an issue with people saying there's a possibility. When you had the track record,
right.
When also we've known in sports, people try to find a competitive edge. Let me add another one that he did. Wasn't illegal, but it was him and somebody else trying to find a competitive edge. You remember when he and his fellow great, who they found out now they're like best of buds, they didn't want us to know when they were playing, Peyton Manning. Remember they went and talked to the league about stop hitting us low and we don't want to hit us here and they're hitting us like that. And then Tom Brady a few years back, man, they got to take hits. I was out there taking hits. Tom, easy, Tom. You and Peyton Manning were the main two going about we're getting hit too hard, we're getting hit too low,
and
we're getting too hit.
They're also the ones who went to the league to ask that they have their own balls every time they were quarterbacking, their balls came in, and that's how the whole thing came up with the Deflategate.
Like, oh, is there something else
Why
with
shouldn't
balls?
it just be one game ball?
Right. So again, what he's misconstruing is nobody is walking. I think he's taking it as if people are saying, oh, we're paranoid. No, we're saying what we've learned about sports, people are going to find a competitive edge. Whether they're going to be habitual line steppers and right there on the line, or if they're going to cross it a bit. Whether it's steroids and track, we know how flooded that was throughout the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. We know about it in baseball. We just got all this stuff with the Clippers allegedly. Point is, teams are going to take full advantage of opportunities. Tom, you have a track record of it, or at least being a line stepper. So the idea that if there is a competitive edge to be had, you wouldn't take it, stop it. All you got to do is say, hey, man, I ain't here for none of that. I'm here to play ball, help my team win. But you don't have to act like we're crazy. That's the part that offends me. Don't act like we're crazy.
Like, oh, my God, who would ever cheat?
They're distrustful and paranoid. Come on, Tom. Paranoid is if the aliens are coming on this date and we got 10. Okay, they were paranoid. I'm in my sleep. Somebody's breaking in my house. That's paranoid. This is just a proven track record that you have and proven track record that people have oftentimes in professional sports trying to find a competitive edge. It happens annually. Look at what Michigan did. Look at what other teams have done and other things. So don't act like we're crazy, we're distrustful, or we're paranoid. That's the part that offends me. If he defended himself like, hey, man, I'm gonna be on the up and up and I'm ready to help the Raiders, cool. That's what he believes. But don't put it on us like we're crazy or naive.
100%. 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Where are you on this Tom Brady pushback? Are we crazy, Meshuggah?
Maybe we are.
Or is Tom Brady crazy into thinking that given his history, we shouldn't be concerned because cheating is littered amongst his legacy? This guy got suspended for 4 games. Think about that. For deflating the football and not cooperating. It is the Odd Couple on a Worship Wednesday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. And you know what you need to do. Let the air out of their football and stick and stay.
Unless you like your balls like Tom Brady does.
I don't want anyone touching the balls after that. I don't want anyone rubbing them. To me, those balls are perfect.
In the US of A.
There you go.
I think the Lions have something that I am big on, and you know this. You've been doing our radio with me for a year. An identity, Rob. They know who they are, what they do, how they do it, no matter who. And that, to me, is attributed to Dan Campbell, Gambling Campbell. He gambled even when I was having heart attacks, and I was rooting for him. He's going for it early as heck, first quarter, 4th down, going for it. He ends up being 3 for 3 because that's what they do. Even to ice the game, they're up 8. Why would you do this? You punt it, you're up 8. He goes for it. They throw a 4th and 2, and it ends up being like a 25-yard pass. Dan Campbell knows exactly who he is. He knows exactly what this team is, and he knows exactly what they're capable of doing. And to me, I watched that game, and they look more prepared. They look more in sync. They look more united. They play tougher. They play faster. And I looked at them, and that was the contrast to Baltimore. Baltimore didn't look like they knew who was going to close. I call it ABC. If you're in sales, anybody listening to sales know what ABC means. Always be closing. And the Baltimore Ravens, they don't know how to close for whatever reasons. I have them going to the Super Bowl, but it makes you nervous picking them because they struggle closing games. And you don't know if it's Lamar. You don't know if it's John Harbaugh, who you've mentioned to me critical of. You don't know if it's the defense that's going to let them down. Defense, Ray Lewis rolling around in his bed. Air Reed rolling around in his bed right now the way that defense looks this season. So I look at this game and I walked away looking at Dan Campbell and looking at that Lions team saying they know exactly who they are and what they do. Going to run the ball. They're going to smash it down. They're going to get after you defensively. They might not have the greatest defensive players individually, but as a collective, they're going to get after you. And they're going to go for it on 4th down, whether you like it or love it. I hope he changes it a little bit in the postseason. That's a story for another day. But I just looked at that and said, wow, they know exactly what they are, and that's why they play well. And that's why I still obviously have them going to the postseason. But I was disappointed in the Ravens, the way they always look frazzled. They don't look like they know what they're doing. The Lions come out, they know exactly what 4th down they're running. They know exactly what play they're running on 3rd down to get to the 4th down. They know exactly that they're going for it. And they look steady. The Ravens don't look steady when they're down or when it's close or when they look frazzled and weird at times. And again, who's going to be the person to step up? Is it John Harbaugh in the scheme, and he's going to change, and he's going to find a way to stop the run or find a way to put Lamar in better situations? Or is Lamar going to say, screw everybody on here, I'm going to get it done? I walked away like that's why we all have a little angst with the Ravens at times, because he's the best player. He's so skilled. So is Derrick Henry. But you walk away like, I don't know. And that was disappointing to see from the Ravens. But great game from the Lions. They're exactly in a great position. You have the Browns. You have the Bengals. If you win that and you're up 4-1 right now in the season, that is a tremendous, tremendous start considering you lost your coordinators. And some people, like one I sit next to, said you ain't even going to make the postseason. Barbecue!
Are you done with that lame take of the Lions? They know exactly what they're doing. They know what. Did they know what they were doing against Green Bay? No, they did not. Can they bank on 250 yards on the ground every week? No, they can. Did you see how easily Baltimore was able to score on them?
No, I don't.
Yes, and the other one is if you're going to get a gift fumble where you're able to cash it in, of course that's going to help you. I looked at this game. I didn't come away with the Lions are great. I came away with the Ravens have let down Lamar. The coaches let them down. The defense, they give up 40 points every night. They haven't done anything. The Lions didn't do anything special. Buffalo got 40 points. The defense is terrible. That's what I'm talking about. The fumbles, costly fumbles. Yes, the Lions got their Christmas gift, and the Lions got their Christmas wish. That's what this was. You'll look back on this, and this will be the Lions Super Bowl. This game right here. Celebrate all you want. This will be the game, and you'll go back and go, man, what happened to that team when they beat the Ravens in week 3 and we beat them in Baltimore? Then I thought they were on their way, and then they all of a sudden lost to Cleveland in some other game, and I didn't know what happened there. Really? I didn't walk away with the Lions. I walked away with how bad Baltimore played and what they didn't do and how they can't secure the ball and how they have a coach, I told you, who should be fired because this is happens over and over and over. How many times are we going to see this?
So why are you so high on the Ravens then? If they gave up,
because they have the
7
greatest
sacks.
player. They have the greatest player in the league right now. That's why I'm high on him.
ABC.
That's why I'm high on him.
Why can't Lamar
you
close
just
the
asked
game?
me that.
Fox Sports Radio, it is the Odd Couple. Ron Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Worship Wednesday. Getting your calls in just a moment. First, we got to tell you to be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel, right? We're on it right now. I'm waving to YouTube. What up, Tube? Head on over there right now because we're simulcasting on YouTube, and you can see the both of us. All you got to do is go to youtube.com/@OddCoupleFSR. Or if you're already within YouTube, just search Odd Couple FSR. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't stop there. That's right. Hit the thumbs up icon. Share, like, comment, all that good stuff. We want to hear from you. Let us know who has the better takes. Go check out our brand new channel on YouTube right there. We'll be there simulcast. Odd Couple FSR. Appreciate you if you subscribe. All right, we're taking phone calls. Brady called us paranoid, dishonest, because we questioned, hey, man, maybe he has an unfair advantage. I can't believe he said that as if there wasn't a track record, Rob. Acting like we're crazy.
I know, crazy.
But maybe we are the people. 877-99 on Fox.
It ain't us, it's you. Right. He's trying to act like it's us. Let's go with Mark in Sacramento. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Mark?
What's going on, Rob? What's up, Mr. Washington?
What's up, Mark?
Tom Brady. Get your conflict of interest having cheating ass out of that booth. Get out of there, man. Who you think you're fooling? He's smiling, saying, and he's trying what they call it, gaslighting. Gaslight you guys in the media. It's you guys.
Yeah.
Man, you crazy. You conflict of interest having fucking get yourself out of that booth. Rob, you know me. You're going to never give this guy no air until we're gone. You know it, Rob.
You already know it. We know the deal. We know how it goes.
Yeah, you said the perfect. Mark, thanks for the call, Mark. Perfect word, gaslight. Don't act like we crazy. That's if he was just like, look, I can understand why people, but I'm here to just be, straight up business. All right, Don't act like we're crazy. I know you're paranoid.
You guys are paranoid.
And distrusting.
No, because you came from a cheating organization and you got suspended.
Tom, don't that's where you took it too far.
And you destroyed your phone rather than turn it over to the league because you didn't do anything wrong.
Nah, he had whole boy scrubbing balls and scrubbing call logs.
Meg in Montana, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Meg?
Hey, Rob. Hey, Kelvin.
Hey, Meg.
How are you?
I'm great. Better than Tom Brady, I guess.
Well, listen, he is making $375 million. He's doing all right, man. Don't let us. Our little bit of yelling, he's still doing all right.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, but Tom Brady. Screw that guy. He is such a little bitch. I think.
Hold on. All right, Meg was ready to go in.
Meg,
is that toe on the line? Shoot me the FCC list. Let me see the list, Rob.
I said worst on radio.
I thought that might have
You
made the
don't
list.
want to be caught up with the FCC right now.
Not right now.
No, okay.
Yeah, I'll be coming back in a couple of days. Like, look, I ain't really mean it like that. And
Just remember this. You could say I'm tired of bitching, but that's the extent you could say.
Okay. Well, she was tired of his.
All right. Jerome in Charleston, you're on the Odd
Jerome in the
Couple.
house.
Fox Sports Radio. What's up, buddy?
Hey, all these people that get ahead in life by cheating reminds me of that old ghetto saying. When you think you're playing me, you playing yourself.
Okay.
Okay? Keep on playing yourself, Tom Brady, because you ain't fooling nobody. You and all these athletes and celebrities and politicians that lie and cheat to get ahead, you ain't fooling nobody. You're just playing yourself. Keep on doing it because that's how you survive. But I wouldn't do that because I want to be able to sleep at night and have a clear conscience.
All right.
Thank you, buddy.
Jerome Rome, appreciate the call.
How about Carl in Mobile, Alabama? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Carl?
Hey, fellas. Good to talk to you guys again. I haven't called in a while, but I had to chime in on this one. If the NFL doesn't see a problem with it, then every other team should be able to send a representative into their upcoming opponents, building, interview, getting guys' heads and all that, and then sit in the booth the following week for the game and give his input.
Carl, you ain't wrong, but here's the trouble. The NFL, I should say, is invested. We got a third of $1 billion invested in this guy. So we're going to make sure
Fox is paying him, not the NFL. Though.
But the NFL has to be all in on Tom and do
I know,
calls.
but I'm just saying.
And what did they do already, Rob? They've already scaled back, remember? Oh, well, we're going to lessen the restrictions on him. My point is they're in bed with Tom Brady, too. And so they're going to make sure this thing works. As long as he's not going out here crazy, and getting caught filming something, they're going to try to make this work. They're all in bed. They want this to work for Tom and Fox and work for the NFL as a whole.
All right, Rob G., you got YouTube comments?
Oh, the YouTube comments coming in hot and heavy. The odd mob. I'll read a few of them for you guys
All
here.
right.
Philip says, talking about Tom Brady, dude learned how to record everybody's play options from Bill, and now he has Fox surveillance cameras at his disposal. This one's kind of tough. Above the Cloud says, Tom Brady be cheating just like my ex-wife with her coworker.
Wow.
And here's the best one. Desmond says, I've been listening on the radio for 5 years. I thought Rob Parker was white.
What?
I ain't gonna lie.
What?
I ain't gonna lie. The controversy would have been a lot bigger what you said about RG3 if you were white.
Wait a minute, Desmond. Is he is he black? Desmond?
I don't know.
I don't know a lot of white Desmond. But boy, oh boy, if you were white and what you said about RG3, you'd have been on the Kimmel boy.
I told you.
I didn't mean it like that. What I was trying to say was.
I told you this before. When I was on the radio in Detroit, I was married, and my wife was a pharmaceutical sales rep, and she visited doctors.
That's what my wife was for all these years, yeah.
And they used to ask her, are you married to, because her name was Parker, are you married to Rob Parker on the radio? And then they would ask her, is he Jewish? I swear to you.
No,
that's what they used to ask her.
I'm not
is
going to
your
lie.
husband Jewish?
You already know. What does Mike Stone, who's part of the tribe, says? That you are honorary. What does he say?
A Jewish man in a black man's body.
Yeah. He ain't wrong when he right.
I just was like, what? I don't. Maybe it's just the New York accent.
It's the New Yorker thing. Every time I leave you and we walk out, get into our car, I say, all right, Rob, see you tomorrow, whatever you say. See you later.
Rob, by the way, happy Rosh Hashanah.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I shouldn't be here, but
I don't know why you're here.
I know.
My daughters didn't have school today. Why you here?
I'm one of the chosen people, no?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Monty's over there like, all right, guys, I want y'all to keep
Monty's
your jobs.
like, oh,
right now.
yeah, please.
All right, Monty Bolaños now. Hey, Monty.
I am not Jewish, so
Are you sure, Monty?
I am not.
I don't know. We'll see what the chat says. So they be off. Rob, our time is off for 2 minutes. They don't care about us anymore.
I still love the commercial. I'm gonna say this: the Hebrew National commercial, with the hot dogs, because the tagline was always, "We have to answer to a higher authority."
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Right?
Yeah,
That's good.
it was catchy. You remembered it. You remembered it.
Shout out to the Lord on a Worship Wednesday.
Yeah.
Worship Wednesday. Here we are, guys, getting close to the end of the regular baseball season. Games on the line. Tigers and Guardians were on a rain delay for a hot second, but they're in action. It's the bottom of the first inning in Cleveland. They are scoreless. Marlins are still in it. How are they still in it? I don't know, but mathematically they are. They're up on the Phillies right now, 1-0, top of the third inning. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 3-0. Bottom of the first inning. White Sox and Yankees are scoreless, bottom of the first, but the Yankees do have the bases loaded, while the Rays have a 3-zip lead over the Orioles, bottom of the third inning. The Brewers have officially won 96 games. They defeated the Padres 3-1. That is tied for the most wins in franchise history for Milwaukee. When it comes to the Pirates and the Reds, they are scoreless, but Paul Skeens has at least 3 strikeouts. He is now the Pirates' single-season strikeout leader among right-handed pitchers. Reds trying to get into that final wildcard spot in the National League. That is a scoreless game, top of the fourth inning. Let's move on to the NFL. Seahawks are listing running back Zach Charbonnet as questionable for Thursday night against the Cardinals. Positive news for Bucs fans because wide receiver Chris Godwin was a full participant today. 49ers quarterback Brock Purdy limited in practice with his toe and shoulder injuries. No practice for wide receivers Ricky Pearsall and wide receiver Jawan Jennings. And Giants head coach Brian Daboll confirmed that Jackson Dart is going to start at quarterback in Week 4 against the Chargers. Russell Wilson will be the team's backup. Back to you guys. Oh, last thing.
Yes.
Can we give a shout out to my parents?
Go ahead.
48-year wedding anniversary today.
That's unbelievable.
They're probably, I hope they're out drinking right now, either a little tequila or a little whiskey. They're going to go do some happy hour. Congratulations, Mommy, Papi. Love you guys. 48 years.
And you know what? I think this is appropriate coming from me. Congratulations and mazel tov to them.
Yeah, it makes sense. That fits.
Makes sense?
That fits. Shout out to Desmond.
48 years is ridiculous.
48 years.
That's unbelievable.
Crazy.
That is
crazy.
I got a lot in the game, but that's 48.
Seriously.
And then however many years they had to put up with you, too.
Imagine they're still putting up with me. They're still putting up with me.
I know they are.
I couldn't get through 5. 48. My God.
48.
And it was a rocky 5.
I know you were. How many of the 5 did you already know was a wrap?
No. The first 3 were magical.
Okay.
Not 3.
The last 2 was like, all right.
That's good. On 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you live. If you start staring off the last 2, he starts staring off the distance. Like, you know what it is?
Yankees had the bases loaded with nobody out.
And couldn't put anything out. Yeah. This has been thank you, Monty. The last couple of weeks of last week or 2 of baseball just been crazy. In fact, you could argue the last 48 hours or so. It's been absolutely crazy. Obviously, Monty keeping you updated. We will, too, on all the baseball scores as well. There's looking like the NFL is having conversations about the Super Bowl, and you and I have talked about just kind of NBA, NFL, where they're going as far as streaming and things. And Roger Goodell put out the thought that it ain't crazy to have an all-streaming Super Bowl around 2030. And in theory, you're like, wait, whoa, because we all grew up where the Super Bowl was on, it'd be on Fox or NBC or ABC, kind of easy. Whether you had the little TV, you just turned it, or you had cable, you could access it. It was easy, it was free, you just watch TV. If you had the rabbit ears, you could just turn on the Super Bowl for years, for decades. And now the idea, we talk about this all the time. I can't watch this game, can't watch this football game, this NBA game, this MLB game. It's on Apple Plus. It's hard to find. But this is not, to me, this is where we're headed. This is 5 years from now. If this is actually what it ends up being, it's only where we're headed. The money they believe is in streaming. The numbers are in streaming. The young people they're trying to get are in streaming. They're also trying to go beyond just the United States. They're trying to go to the world. And that, obviously, you can't just have Spectrum cable, right? They're going to have to start going digital and streaming. So while it'd be unfortunate because we're just used to having it on your traditional 247 kind of thing, that's just where we're headed, Rob, and we all have to kind of wrap our heads around it, and I'll check all our passwords so we can get into a million of these streaming apps.
Because there are a lot of people who eventually will push back on the streaming as well, financially, that I can't have 8 streaming things, which equals to the old cable bill. Boxing made the money. They took the money and it damaged the sport. You have all these kids who grew up never seeing a fight, okay, because the fights come on at midnight Eastern, and they don't have the pay-per-view, and they don't have $100. So what happens is you don't pass that down to your kids because you never watch boxing with your dad on a Saturday afternoon, ABC Wide World of Sports and all that. I'm not saying that sport's going to go away, but there's a reason why the Yankees and Mets, even in New York, could take all the cable money and say, oh, well, you don't have cable. Sorry, can't help you. They put games on free TV. Not all of them, but they understand the importance. And you can go ahead and try to get people to watch in Brazil and all, and I get all that. But you will there will be some damage because you think everybody has cable, you think everybody has streaming. Everybody doesn't. I know a lot of people who don't have it and can't spend the money on it, and the only time they get to watch a game, and that's why the numbers for Sunday Night Football is so big, because it's free.
It's just boom. It's right there.
It's free. I could turn on NBC and watch a football game, and the numbers are big. I'm telling you.
I'm not disagreeing. We've talked about that. The challenge that I have, though, is that I think they're going to bank on you're headed that way regardless because too much great content. Like on network,
I'm not saying
other than
you can't do some of it. That's not what I'm saying.
But hold on. The Super Bowl, Rob, that's the one they figure if you don't have it, and maybe a Sunday you don't, I get it. The Super Bowl, you're going to be at Uncle So-and-so, Bob's house, said bar, watching with everybody. So this is the one time they're going to say, all right, I can hear Rob Parker for some of the other weeks. All right, Kelvin Washington on some of these other Sundays, I get it. But the Super Bowl, you're going to be somewhere where you can watch this because this is an American holiday, and dang it, you ain't missing this, and that's what they're going to be banking on.
Here's the point. There's 300 million people in the United States, and every Super Bowl they tell you 100 million watched. That's 200 million that did not watch. I'm just saying, like, everybody thinks that everybody's not watching Super Bowl Sunday. A third of the country, which is an enormous
I was about to
number.
say, Rob, that's insane.
No, it's an enormous number, but it ain't everybody. And they don't get 300.
The rest of, as a matter of fact,
they don't get 300 million of the 300 million. No, I'm just trying to make a point.
No, you are. But
and then that's everybody. Everybody's not into football, but then you're gonna X out. Everybody doesn't have it. You'd be surprised how many people don't have cable.
I don't have
don't have streaming.
I don't have everyone. We listen. What don't I have right now?
There are stuff that's out there.
I don't have Apple Plus because I had the free I got a new iPhone. You get it for 90 days free or whatever, and I ended up not having that. There might even be like one or more that everybody has. I don't have. I don't think I have Peacock. I'm
not having.
Everybody can't have them all,
and that's the problem. Is that's what they it's all been cut up, so they want you to do that. Well, you have all these different things. And people make decisions and choices, and at some point, and to me, and I'm just saying this, like if you have Amazon because of the packages you save Prime, right? You already saved the money, whatever it is, $15, $16 a month, and you ordered 4 packages, they've already paid for your with the postage. Yep. And you get the Amazon, you get the television. I mean,
well, that's why they're going crazy with bundles. You go on to Verizon to get a new, I'm gonna add a line because I got a kid. Well, you can package the Apple Music with Spotify and ESPN Plus and Fox Sports this, and then, I mean they package it all up and bundle it because they're all going to try to get some. Which, by the way, the funniest thing about this is, it ends up turning into cable again. Where you get this, and part of your cable, you can add HBO, you get HBC, Cinemax, and Stars, and we're essentially doing the same thing again. That's the funniest part. History repeating itself. But that's what they're banking on. That's where they're going. And I think these sports leagues in America are trying to emulate now what football, soccer we call it, is starting to become, where you're behemoth in your area, but you actually are huge in other parts of the world as well. And I think football, for as big as it is in America, it ain't nothing anywhere else. And I think they're saying, well, why can't we be like our counterpart football, as in soccer, and start expanding? I don't like it because if you're the Chargers, why do I have to have my home opener in Brazil? You like they did, but that money, you know what money wants? More money.
Well, but the NFL has tried leagues in Europe before.
They sure have.
Like more than one, and they all failed. And they tried to get into that market 25 years ago. This is not new. You know what I mean? I'm talking about 25 years ago. What was it? The Europe League, NFL Europe, and the World League or whatever. This is not the new idea or concept. It just didn't work. People weren't buying no tickets. They want to see the best of the best, and I get that. And there's nothing wrong with trying to expand your market, but don't mess with home. What I always tell you, don't mess up home. Be careful about home because people will be like, okay, well, I can't see the game. I just won't watch. Or
By the
I'll
way,
watch highlights.
You brought up a point about the 150, 250, whatever people it is that don't watch the Super Bowl. Who are those people?
Oh, there's plenty.
Monty, do you know Rob G? Who are the people not watching the Super Bowl other than Alex?
But I'm just saying,
who's not watching the Super Bowl?
There are 330 million people in the United States.
Okay, so let's assume.
How'd you know?
Some are homeless. Let's assume some are nursing home. Like I could care less.
You got to say what 2/3 of the country is watching it conservatively.
No,
it's a little less than half.
Because they count the Nielsen rating is TVs. They're not counting the people who are at Super Bowl parties.
Well, that's true. Like in my house, they're watching the TV. And there's 10 of us here.
So there's 120 household or boxes or whatever.
It's not. The number's not that big. They do the number is less than you would think it is.
I don't know anybody. Like I really, not anybody, but if I went through my phone and just thought of 100 people, a good 80 something watching the Super Bowl.
Even if they don't like football.
They're just there for the party. I'm there for the halftime show. I'm there because I like wings.
I think you think everybody's at a Super Bowl party on Super Bowl Sunday. A lot of people are, don't get me wrong, but everybody, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of people.
You know what?
I'm
There's
serious.
my poll for the day.
Okay.
Elijah, get ready. I'm getting ready to put that
All
up.
right.
My Instagram and our couple Instagrams. That's a good one. I'm going to throw that up there. All right, we got Shekel City Play of the Day on the way. It is the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin on the Worship Wednesday, Fox Sports Radio.
Robot umps are coming to baseball, not right away, of course, but next season, starting in 2026, Major League Baseball will implement a challenge system using the ABS system so that robot umps can determine balls and strikes. The way it works is just like in all those other sports. Teams will be able to challenge twice a game, potentially more if they get it right. And if it goes to the extra innings, they'll get a third challenge for free. But as we mentioned, the big headline here, robot umps coming to baseball 2026.
Kelvin, as you know, I've covered Major League Baseball for 39 years, going on 4 decades next year. And I'll admit, I wasn't that hot about all the changes in baseball and all the, wild card and all those kind of things. I was against it. I'm not even going to sit here and act like I wasn't. And I'm going to be honest. I'm not feeling good about this as well. Not that I don't want the umpires to get it right, because I think I do want them to get it right as much as they can. We're all human. Players make errors in the field. Managers make mistakes, right? Umpires make mistakes too. Here's what I'm frightened by. Is they tell you that it's 2 challenges a game. This is just to get started. Do you know what I mean? Once you let it out, what do they say? Once you let the toothpaste out of the tube, you can't put it back in. Because once they get going and people get comfortable with it, this is going to be full-blown, and all of a sudden every pitch is going to be determined by an umpire or not by an umpire, by some system. And here's the issue that I have. In tennis, when they hit a ball, whether it's in or out, you just have to nick the line, right?
Yeah.
Is that where we're going to be with baseball, where Aaron Judge or Shohei's up and the pitcher only has to nick the line in the corner, not throw the ball over this plate, right? Mm-hmm. If I'm able to hit those corners, even though and technically they're a strike, but is that where we're headed? And my proof positive why I'm not that keen on always having replay or whatever, the replay system in the NFL is not flawless. There's plenty of times. How many times, Kelvin, are you watching games and they still get it wrong with the replay? Mm-hmm. And in baseball, they've misused replay, especially when it comes to guys stealing bases. Kelvin, you do the Dodgers pre and post sometimes and all that, and they watched the video 8 times to see if the player's foot came off the bag, even though he beat the ball there, right? And originally beat the tag, they'll look at it and go, well, his foot came up just a little bit, a millisecond, and the guy still had his glove on him. That's not what the replay was for. And that's what I'm worried about, is you start here and it opens up something way bigger.
So, I'm going to work backwards like this. I look at it as iRobot, the robot, the dance, RoboCop. I'm in for it. Here's why I'm in for it, Rob. You just touched on a few things. Number one, baseball historically has been very slow to the party, slow to change. That's part of the tradition of them. So you mentioned it. Baseball under Rob Manfred has finally said, let's give some things a try. Let's add a pitch clock. Everybody, I don't know about this. It's part of the game. Let him do his thing. It's a rhythm. Actually, it's been great for the game. Everyone, for the most part, has enjoyed it. You talked about the wild card. Add more excitement. You and I, our first year together, we got to start right at the postseason last year. Both enjoyed it. It was spectacular. You look at some other things they're doing with the line shift. Nah, bro, you can't do that because, we're trying to get more offense into the game. They're trying to do things. I applaud that, and baseball, for the most part, has gotten a lot of things right over the last handful of years. This is something they will be, again, last to the party. We've seen it in all the other major sports except MLB on this grand scale of doing something like this. The reason why I'm optimistic for it, it's a couple of reasons. One, Rob, we've been seeing it on a high level for 15 years. They have gone out of their way every single year to add a new technology to show us the precise point of the pitch. I mean, we have a new 3D, new 4D, new 4K. Look at this angle. You're already showing me that the umpire got it wrong or the umpire got it right. So now might as well have an opportunity to make sure and ensure that they got it right or wrong. So to me, you've already enhanced the technology. You've already enhanced my appetite for it. You might as well allow it. Fox Sports Radio, it's the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on this Worship Wednesday. Thanks for hanging out with your boys. Excited about everything we got going. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you so much. Don't forget, K-Dub Live for myself, Rob Parker, MLB Bro, and Odd Couple FSR. You can reach out to us on socials as well. It is now time for Shekel City.
Welcome to Shekel City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
Did I do that?
All right, how'd you do?
Did I do that?
Get on the roll.
Did I do that?
Nah, 1-2 last night.
Okay.
I got the games right, but they didn't point spread. That didn't work out for me.
You know what? You've been on the roll, so I'm not mad at you.
All right, so 1-2 last night.
Wrong.
I'm now 20-22, and I'm going back to the well. The same games I picked last night. Very seldom do I do that. Yankees minus 2.5, and of course they left the bases loaded in the first inning.
Yeah.
Yankees minus 2.5 against the White Sox. I got the Cincinnati Reds plus 1.5, taking on Paul Skeens and the Pirates. It's 1-0 Pittsburgh. We're in the 5th inning already in Cincinnati. Hunter Green on the mound for the Reds. And I have, sorry about this, Kelvin.
What's that?
Cleveland minus 1.5.
Cleveland!
Against the Tigers. They're in the 3rd inning in Cleveland. No score.
I sit right next to you. That's how you do me.
I'm sorry about that. So, again, Cleveland minus 1.5 tonight. Cincinnati plus 1.5. And the New York Yankees minus 2.5. I did say the Yankees. Thank you. And remember, Kelvin.
Yep.
I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on.
All right, there you have it. We'll see how you do, brother. Now it's time for your tie-wreck play of the day.
Here's the pitch from Wilson. Breaking ball in a loop into center field. Coming on, it drops in front. Here comes Judge around third. The throw not in time. Jose Caballero with the victory for the New York Yankees as they clinch a playoff spot.
There you have it. Yankees radio. That was
Dave Sims.
That was a great ending right there. We were talking about it a little bit yesterday. There you have it. Your Tire Rack play of the day brought to you by Tire Rack. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Rob, I want to do something, man. I want to give Alex, hit me with an applause, please. This is for somebody. We talked about it a little bit. I feel like you were gone one of these days. Rob G, wasn't me and you talking about this even more? This applause is for a young man who has his whole future ahead of him, who he hopes is a long future in the NBA, and this is to Ace Bailey. Ace Bailey, super talented kid coming out of Rutgers. He ended up being, of course, a pick, high draft pick, I believe the number 5 pick. He had an agent, guy who was representing him, and that was a family friend and somebody that, he had trust in, but had a sketchy background that people were concerned about, and that people were saying, yo, man, you might not want to do business with him as you continue to move forward. And Omar Cooper had a background, some sketchy things in his past. Had some sketchy things happen with his own son who played basketball.
We all had an etchy sketchy.
Yeah, we all had an etchy sketch. I love the etchy sketch. And he was starting to sabotage Ace Bailey early in that he wasn't going to go play with the Wizards. He better not get drafted by the Jazz. He ain't going to show up. He's not going to do this. Reports that Omar Cooper was saying, and you got to pay me to do interviews. And it's a family friend. And anybody knows sometimes, man, loyalty to fault, right? I grew up with him. My parents knew him. My dad knew him, or he was my, mentor, my coach. And you're loyal to a fault where it could jeopardize your career and hurt you. And now Ace Bailey has decided to move on. Reports are that he's probably going to do business with Clutch Sports. And to me, he's now, by all accounts, they're saying he's locked in with the Jazz. He's going there. He's fully focused on being the best player he can be for that team. And that's great news, man, because I liked hearing that he's moving forward. He's trying to progress. You don't owe many people things. You don't have to stick with somebody.
But also, I agree with that, but it doesn't mean that you also have to run away from people. I know in this situation, it didn't sound like it was working.
But my thing is bad. There's a difference between you can be around, you can be a part of my future.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You don't have to be the one. I'm just saying,
but there's also, for every story you're giving that, there are stories of people going with the big time, firm, agent or whatever. And those guys get fleeced too, and they take your money. You know what I mean? And bad things happen because you think you're going to the reputable guy. Ask Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was virtually broke in his NBA career, right? You know what I mean? Because he got with the wrong people. I'm just saying, in this case, I do like that he's evolved because I just didn't like what was going on. But it's a tricky thing. Do you stick with somebody? It's like a lot of former athletes marry girlfriends from high school and college. And it's only because they know that those people loved them before they had a nickel. And they might not be the ideal situation, but they don't feel like if I married this girl or whatever and I just met her, I don't know what her deal is. Right. You know what I mean? It's like,
no, I get it. Sketchy. I'm popping. I'm that guy. 5-6 years in the league, and you want to come. I don't know if it's real. Right. Listen, there's a gamble in everything. But in this account, to me, what I read is he's locked in, he's focused, enough of the potential things that could have been hampering him. And so to me, he seems like he's about business now. And again, the Utah Jazz.
Again, yeah. So I didn't like all the other like the
pay me to do interviews
and all that. You got to understand where you are. You represent the Jazz. No, the news media is not going to pay you to do interviews. This is not TMZ.
It had to put he wanted his son, Omar Cooper, wanted his son on the Utah Jazz coaching staff. Was he LeBron? Just want to get you.
You said it. I'm glad you said it.
Want to get you mad? Can't be just bringing your son on, bringing your. What you think this is? Huh? Think you in year 22, 23, whatever you were on? No, but congrats to Ace Bailey, man. Hopefully he has a wonderful, rookie campaign. Before we know it,
Tigers got something going.
We're gonna have Baseball postseason, NBA back, NFL full swing. Before you know it, it's going to be knee-deep into sports here in a matter of a few weeks. Stay with your boys. Odd Couple.
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham! We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all so. I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you.
Love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding. He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports, and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win. Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special. Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Beginning in Major League Baseball, and all rise because Aaron Judge has hit home run number 50 on the season, and the Yankees have taken the lead from the White Sox. It's 3-1 after 2 innings in the Bronx. Kyle Schwarber has hit home run number 55 of the season, and the Phillies have a 3-1 lead over the Marlins at home. It's the bottom of the 5th inning. The Red Sox are shutting out the Blue Jays 3-0, top of the 4th. Pirates are edging the Reds in Cincinnati 1-0, top of the 6th inning, and the Tigers are on the scoreboard first against the Guardians in Cleveland. It's 1-0, bottom of the 3rd. The Brewers top the Padres 3-1. Milwaukee has won 96 games, which is tied for the most wins in franchise history. Dave Roberts told reporters that Kirby Yates will be going on the injured list due to a hamstring issue, and that Roki Sasaki will be activated to pitch out of the Dodgers bullpen. In the NFL, Seahawks are listing running back Zach Charbonnet as questionable for Thursday night against the Cardinals. I'm Ansi Bolaños.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2 on a Worship Wednesday. Indeed, it is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Make sure that you check out our brand new YouTube channel and watch us live on YouTube right now. That's right. We're simulcast on YouTube with the video of us too. Just go to youtube.com/@oddcouplefsr. If you're already within the YouTube family, just search Odd Couple FSR. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. Don't stop there. Thumbs up icon, comment away. We even read your comment. Rob G reads them from the YouTube, from what we call them, the Odd Mob.
The Odd Mob. I like
Odd
that.
Mob,
That's
yes. Let us know who's got the better takes. Go and check out the brand new YouTube channel. Watch us live right now. Just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. And don't forget, achy knees, stiff back, joints not cooperating. Some days your body's just like, nope, no way, no how. And on those days, luckily, there's Aleve. Just one pill. Aleve provides up to 12 hours. I still laugh. Of pain relief. So you can keep moving. Use as directed. Coming up in what is it, 27 minutes? Rick Podolsky will talk, and he wrote the book about Madden and Summerall and the revolution, how they revolutionized NFL broadcasting. So we'll talk with him, and one's got to go as well. I remember when Pat Summerall, because Pat Summerall was the guy.
Yeah.
And I just forgot his name. Oh my God! Before John Madden. But Pat Summerall and man, why am I forgetting his name? But those guys who was it?
Theismann? Who was with him?
No, it was why am I forgetting? Pat Summerall. I got to look it up. But they were the standard on CBS. They were doing the game, and then Madden replaced him. But it was another guy.
I can't think.
Rob G, can you look that up for me? I'm sorry. Pat Summerall's first.
My guess is it was a quarterback. Who was it?
No, because no, it wasn't. Pat Summerall was a kicker, but I can't.
Not talking about Dick Stockton.
Hank Stram. No, I don't know why I'm like tripping out. All right.
Anyway, yeah, they were the guys. That would, without a doubt.
All right, so we'll.
I don't know why you thought I would know the answer to that question.
No, I said look it up. Okay. No, I'm saying, but just look up Pat Summerall's partner on CBS. That's all, and I'm sure. I don't know, but I don't know why I can't remember. Like it's bothering me.
You're gonna be so mad when he says whoever he's about to say.
He paired with Jack Buck and Ray Scott.
No.
Okay, that is.
That's what it says.
That's not who it is. But anyway, let's go. I'll look it up.
Yeah. Well, you and I have been talking about baseball right now and just how we getting winding down the season. And somebody did something yesterday, man, that I think we have just kind of taken for granted. It's what we had thought might happen a year and a half ago when this person was signed with the Dodgers. That is Shohei Ohtani. And before you get to watering it down, and shout out to Aaron Judge, MLB Bros Golden Goose, because he just hit a 3-run home run. And you and I, we sitting here and we argue about him and we argue about Shohei. Well, dang it, both of them are great. But One of the things I need you to do.
All right.
Who was it?
Tom Brookshire. I'm sorry.
I know you weren't going to be able to focus.
I wasn't going to be able to focus.
It would have been like Aaron Judge up, bottom of the ninth, 3 on. You would have just not been able to focus if you didn't get that. You got it now?
Right.
You good? Can I talk about Ohtani? How great he is? You ready? You just
I'm
take
not
all
taking
this?
Ohtani for granted, but go ahead.
No, the question is, the point is, you know how we get something and it's been hyped up. It could be a movie. It could be an appliance, a new iPhone this. It could be something where it's so hyped up and usually doesn't live up to it, right? Usually you're like, man, the movie was all right. Man, the new shoes were cool. Man, his album was all right. Ohtani has been that. Yeah, Ohtani has been that for the Dodgers, man. And the question was, okay, we knew 50-50 last year. 50 stolen bases, 50 home runs plus. We knew what he was able to do. And the question was, what would he look like when he starts pitching? And dang it, he has looked really good. He's been out. He has 14 appearances. In his most recent one, 6 shutout innings yesterday. Looks spectacular.
Did they win?
No, because the bullpen is on that bull. Okay. The bullpen is on that bull right now. But he looked remarkable. And here we are again, Rob, where when you look at what Shohei's able to do, man, it has been incredible. He's got 53 home runs. Here he is with 99 RBIs. He'll get to triple digits here in the next game or so.
Yeah, 130 last year.
Yeah, 130 last year. But he's going to probably end up with like 103, 4, 5. And he has been better than advertised when you talk about what he has been on the field. What do you need me to? You want me to hit second? You want me to lead off? And he's going to be the first pitcher to lead off once he does this in the postseason and pitch since Babe Ruth did it, but Babe Ruth actually was I think he batted 5th, they said it was back then. But point is, it'll be 100 years since somebody batted that high in the order. So I just was watching him yesterday like, this is what you thought you were going to get when we all heard about him. This is what we thought we were going to get when Ohtani was getting the $700-something million. He's been better than advertised. He's been great for them. They win a World Series. And I just thought it was remarkable. And sometimes in sports, sometimes in life, we got to kind of tip your cap to like, man, this is what they said it would be, and it's better than that. And Ohtani, now that he's fully pitching, could have did a complete game a couple of times if they wanted him to. This slow roll has kind of worked out for the Dodgers, been one of the better things they've had over the last couple of months because they've been on a struggle bus. But it's going to be great to see how they utilize him, Rob, in the postseason, because there's obviously a lot of rules, right? Well, if you start him, then he has to do this, but he can only have to come out. He have to play. He might have to start, and then he might have to play center field if he's going to stay in the game. And
well, yeah, he would have.
Yeah,
to.
so it's how
I don't think they could. You lose your DH, I think, if he right.
So
if he comes out of the game,
that's why he's going to.
Right?
So it gets complicated. Like all the rules. So it'll be interesting how Dave Roberts and the team utilizes him. But I was watching him last night, man. Like, this dude is insane, pitching at this high level, hitting 50+ back-to-back, and doing it in the brightest lights of Los Angeles. I had no choice but to tip my cap to him. And we're seeing some remarkable stuff right now with a handful of baseball players and him being right there at the top of this.
Well, now for him, fair or not, the Dodgers, it's about the Dodgers' postseason success. That's really what it is. Can you remember, because this team was put together, they spent $1 billion in the offseason. I'm being over dramatic, but you know what I mean. It went out.
Blake Snell,
Yamamoto, Tanner Scott. I mean, they spent.
Don't bring him up right now.
No, I know he's brutal. He's been brutal. But you get my point. They went out and they spent money, and I said it before. I've said this on MLB Network, and I'll keep using the line. They were supposed to be the Beatles and wind up being Boy George and Culture Club. Like that's where.
Good, but not that. Boy George had a few hits.
No, Boy George was good.
Yeah, but he wasn't the Beatles.
You know what? I'll never forget. Joan Rivers was filling in one night for Johnny Carson, and Boy George was her guest. Speaking of Boy George. And Joan, in her own way, and I thought it was epic, she said, if you were stranded on a desert island, right, would you want a guy or a girl to be stranded with you? Boy George looked at her and said, both. I thought that was like, what a great answer. No, am I right? And Joe,
that took a turn. I didn't know we were going with that.
No. I'm just saying, but
Boy George was looking more. He was looking like grown man George at the end. He was
but he was a good singer.
Yeah.
Though. That whole thing was cool for the '80s. I like Culture
80s
Club.
was cold. It was
Comma,
color
comma,
and
chameleon
just,
was a little bit.
chameleon.
That was a bit much.
Come and go. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Are you willing to look into our YouTube camera and admit that Ohtani's the best player in baseball? That's all the people want.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it.
This man just went 6 shutout innings.
I can't do it.
And you know baseball, he would have been able to do at least 4 or 5 complete games if the Dodgers weren't trying to slow roll him in.
I still think.
Can you look at the YouTubians and tell them that he's the best player in baseball?
I get it. The only reason, because Ohtani's not the best hitter and he's not the best pitcher. Sync by themselves. So when you put them together, I understand why everybody says he's the best player. I get it, because he's really good at both. But he's not the best pitcher in baseball, and he's not the best hitter. I still would take Aaron Judge over him.
Your spirit just left your body, and your spirit is looking at you like, stop
Who's better? I would take Aaron Judge of just hitting. Forget about the pitching. Who would you take?
I'll give you hitting. I'm okay with that. But listen, Jelly.
You're a baseball fan. I'm just hitting.
But he don't just hit, Rob. That don't make any sense.
I'm just asking you, just hitting.
Okay.
Aaron Judge or Ohtani. Now, I know you work for the Dodgers. I want you to just pull back that Dodger blue for 1 minute.
Just hitting.
Yes.
Just hitting. Okay, fine. Yeah, all rise. Aaron Judge.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
That's not what he does.
Right, and that's not the story.
Hold on, watch this. You keep talking about he's not the best hitter. He's not the best pitcher. Well, peanut butter in and of itself and jelly in and of itself ain't the best. But dang it, when peanut butter and jelly get together, it's the greatest thing on earth.
Damn, that's
and that
good.
is Shohei Ohtani.
Damn, that's good.
Elijah, I need that. He is the peanut butter jelly of sports. Dang it, when you slap them together, good.
But the only problem is Aaron Judge is the milk that you need to wash it down.
And nobody wants milk but you. And let me rephrase that. Nobody over 10 wants milk but you.
No milk with peanut butter and jelly?
We've done this, Rob.
I don't need milk with peanut butter and jelly.
Rob, you want somebody to rub your belly and put you to sleep too?
No milk with peanut butter and jelly.
0 for 2.
Alex.
Come on.
No milk with peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
No, you need milk.
You need milk.
With peanut butter
Rob
and
G.
jelly?
No milk.
We need to start excluding Alex from these questions.
No, Alex is
Because no matter
right.
what
He's
Rob
not
says,
Yes.
he's always on Rob's side.
Rob and me just know.
You gotta have milk to wash it down.
We need Rob to say something healthy like, CMOS is the worst thing ever. Alex, but hey, I drew the line somewhere. CMOS is where I draw the line, Rob.
Okay.
All right, one more time just to make sure I'm not crazy. So Shohei Ohtani is not the best player in baseball?
When you put both things together, I know it's hard not
That's
to.
what he does. You do know that's what made Barry Bonds great, right? It was that he was amazing on both sides of the ball. You do know Willie Mays was amazing. The man out there looking like a wide receiver in center field. Dang it. You do know Aaron Judge is still going to be MLB Bros Golden Goose, right? It's okay.
We're already getting ready.
He won't disown you.
MLB Bro Player of the Year. We got it. We just keep mass producing them.
What if we found out Shohei Ohtani had like 8% black in him?
Oh, then we'll start covering them. Are you kidding?
Can he then be the best player? Shohei Ohtani did Ancestry.com found he got 7% black in him.
That would be something.
I'm crying, yo. That would be the best. Come on, man. Just give it to him. Go ahead and
What do you want me to say? I don't know what you want me to say.
Shohei Ohtani is the best player in baseball. Aaron Judge is right there. He's second, and there's no problem. He's second to a unicorn. That's a compliment. That's like at the end of the day, if LeBron James is the second best player. Okay, when I'm second to Jordan, fine. Like, what do you want from me?
When you put them together, it's hard to argue. I'm not going to sit here and act like
that's why they go together.
But
you know you love your baked chicken with your sugar-free barbecue sauce. That's Shohei Ohtani. Your baked chicken, sugar-free barbecue sauce. Slap them boys together. Look at you. Right. Smashing right now.
Rob G, what are we doing here?
Look at you, just gave up on the conversation. It's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Because he finally got to see Ohtani pitch. Remember the beginning of the season? It was only 1 inning. It was 8 pitches.
If he's not pitching, he can't be the best player in baseball.
It was 2 innings. It's 5 innings.
I said that when he's not pitching.
I know.
He's not pitching.
Ohtani's going to pitch like 8 scoreless innings in the postseason, hit 2 home runs. You're still over there.
16 and 2/3 scoreless inning streak, ERA of .46 in his last 4 starts.
Come on. Come on, Rob.
What do you want me to say, Rob G? What are we doing? I don't even understand.
That he's
it.
the best.
Just admit it. We were supposed to pose a question to the people, but at this point,
all right, here
we've
we
given
go.
up on
Here's
the question.
877-99 on Fox. Have we taken Shohei Ohtani for granted?
Yeah, I thought. No,
is he the best
again.
player
he said,
in baseball?
Have I taken?
No. Have we taken Shohei Ohtani for granted? Is he the best player in baseball? If not, who is to you? If you really, I'm just saying. If not, if he is, call up. We want to hear from you. 877-99 on Fox. It is The Odd Couple on a Worship Wednesday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. And you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Especially if you can prove Ohtani's 7% black in the US of A.
Well, you know they say, babe.
It's Trash Talking Tuesday.
It's your teeth, Reggie. I don't know whether to smile at you or kick a field goal, man.
All right, Rob, who we got?
All right, here we go. This is all trash and us, I think. Will in Dallas. You're on The Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Will?
First time caller, listening since 2017. I took off work for this YouTube show. It's amazing. I'm trashing Rob Parker. If I ever needed a lawyer, I wouldn't call Saul. I'd call Rob. If I had a lawyer that defends me like Rob defends Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson, I would be acquitted with all charges dropped. If Rasheed Rice has a lawyer that defends Lamar like Rob Parker, he would be playing for the Chiefs right now. All charges dropped. Rob wins and losses. One thing Rob will always be right about is Tom Brady as the load. Mariners to the moon. Thanks for the call.
All right.
No doubt. All right, Will, I see you.
How about Ken in California? You're on The Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing,
Ken?
All right, man. You know what? I was on old Calvin, but no. Calvin, stop drinking the Detroit Lions Kool-Aid. Man, listen to Rob. He finally came through. It's not about the Lions. It was about the damn Ravens. How in the world can you let them just score? They got no D, and don't blame Lamar. He's going to be like Elway. He's going to get his couple of Super Bowls. He's going through some growing pains. And Calvin, please stop drinking the Lions Kool-Aid.
All right, there you go. He's out.
Can you, traitor?
What about Sean in Sacramento? You're on The Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Sean?
Yo, my uncle from another mother, cousin Kelvin, my brother's behind the board. What up, chat mob? First of all, Rob, you have got the chat going crazy. 70% disagree, and I'm calling in on their behalf. I'm trashing you up. I smell them Robbie back ribs all the way up here in Sacramento. I smell what Kelvin is cooking. My man done put you through the blender, through the barbecue pit, through the fryer, all the way through the oven hug. First of all, man, how you blaming John Harbaugh? Blaming Justin Tucker, he ain't even there no more. Blaming the fans. Blaming everybody but Lamar. My boy patting the ball in that pocket, getting sacked 7 times, but he gets no blame. Like the other caller said, it's a short menu. He lost to the MVP in game 1, even though his defense gave up all those points. My boy bounced back down 14 in the fourth quarter and won. Why can't Lamar do it, Rob? Why can't Lamar?
Unbelievable. Sean,
Did he have a house phone? That was a good hang-up, like a house phone hang-up.
Sean, don't call back here. You're done. How about
I need a house phone hang-up.
Jacob in Wisconsin, you're on The Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing,
Jacob?
Man, you know it's bad when you got to trash your own team. The Packers, you want to talk about a Super Bowl performance through 2 weeks and then just, man, what happened? You want to talk about it couldn't have happened at a worse week. I mean, the Bears killed it. The Lions pulled out a win against the Ravens. And then the Vikings killed it. And then what are we doing? Jordan Love's throwing picks, incompletions. You got outplayed by Caleb Williams.
All right, no doubt.
I can see his frustration in that.
Maurice in Atlanta, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Maurice?
Fellow journalist, I'm trashing you, Rob Parker. A while back, you made this whole big fuss about somebody throwing a drink on you. You wouldn't do anything. Come on, Rob. We all know who can throw a drink on us, who can potentially slap us or do anything. Yeah, if it was Debo, I agree with you. You're trying to report it, but remember, if it's some short guy, no, I'm not buying it. And remember, when Will Smith walked on that stage, he knew who he could slap. That's all I got.
What?
He been holding on to that for a year.
What drink? What was that? I don't remember.
Some athlete. We had a big conversation about like the whole, if somebody throws beer, somebody does something, do you go up on the stage? It was DeMarcus Cousins. If they threw
a drink at me, I told you I would open my mouth to try to catch as much of it as I could. I'm just saying.
Only if it was a Cosmo, though. You only like Cosmos.
It could be top shelf, Alex. What do you mean? Shouldn't I try to? No.
Nah, man.
I wish they would throw me a drink.
You spent too many years, still have a business and a home in Detroit. You got to throw some balls.
We got time real for Mitch. Mitch in New Jersey. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Mitch?
What's poppin', Rob? Calvin, how you doing? I'm trashing the Raiders organization. They should have gotten brought another lineman or two and gotten aggressive and gotten Jackson Dart. At least to Bill. I don't know if he's playing right now, but we want to be for the future. Giants beat him to the punch.
Yeah. All right, Mitch.
Thanks again.
Appreciate you. Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Worship Wednesday. Rich Podolsky, he's an author, wrote the book on Madden and Summerall and how they revolutionized the NFL broadcast. And we'll talk to him in about 6 or 7 minutes. Looking forward to that. And this isn't just a game. No, it is once-in-a-generation event, the Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Come be a part of the legacy that never stops. Be there when history is made. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. Rob G, want to give us a few comments on the YouTubians and the Odd Mob?
Yeah, some of these are straight up offensive. I don't know if I should be reading them on the air.
Do Kelvin like that?
Is it about Ohtani?
It's about Ohtani.
Yeah, I figured. I know how people.
Yeah.
I know how people can be.
serious?
I knew he was going to say that. Yeah.
But here are the ones I can read.
Oh, God. I didn't know there was a
Courtney
Ohtani.
Miller says Ohtani's trash. He hit his home run off a D-League pitcher. So
I'm sorry, he hit 53. He hit all his home runs.
Okay, even I don't know what that means.
Here's a good one. DC says, I think Rob was about to say Babe Ruth was actually black before he cut his mic off.
Hey, what? How do you know that?
That boy knows you.
Black, doesn't he?
Well, you know, like that's the
wow.
That's kind of like the story out there.
The folklore.
Yeah, the folklore. Nobody has it, but remember he was dropped off at an orphanage.
Mm-hmm.
So there was like that he was a mixed race baby, and that's why he was an orphan.
There's a lot of
there's a lot of that.
Some pictures and some,
And then here's another one. This cannot be proven or denied. But
And Babe Ruth's real name is Leroy, I think. Ruth. They just Babe is a nickname.
God. This other tweet says, Ohtani's on the juice too. The juice is legal now, just like a pack of snuff. Put it under your tongue.
What?
I don't know about all that.
Stop with that.
So, all right.
And those are the ones I can read. So you can imagine what some of these other ones say.
I didn't expect that to go left like that.
People took the MLB Bro initiative and really took it to the next level.
Yeah,
wow.
They took it to another level.
And we should update you really quickly on some of these games. So the Tigers are trailing 2-1, but they're threatening.
They are.
Right?
They were.
The Yankees are up 5-1 now. We talked about the Judge 3-run bomb. Yeah. It's 5-1. And we believe the Cubs just scored. Maybe they did not. What do you think?
It's going to stand.
He was called safe.
It's going to stand. Thank God for dirt because it was too much dirt. Well, this is a different angle.
Here's a different angle. Oh,
we got him.
He's out.
He got him.
So it looks like the Mets got out of it.
I thought in real time, you saw me go, I thought he got him in real time, but then they called him safe.
called him safe.
Yeah.
And the replay looks like they got him.
Yep.
So a lot of games. And the Reds are losing again to the Pirates at home. And it's the 7th inning now. Is Skeens out? I think Skeens is out.
He is out.
Yes, he's out. So it's a big game for the Reds.
Why can't – what? I know you've been covering this league since 1927. But why
1986.
Oh, my bad. Why can't they – just if this is obviously a big game, why can't Skeens go the full?
He can.
He can't ability. I'm not questioning. I'm saying why? Like, are we ever going to go back to, hey, you know what? A skipper saying, dang it, I'm putting it all on you, fill in the blank. Schoolboy, I'm going on.
Well, we saw Hunter Green his last time. He had a complete game. I think he only gave up one hit in that whole game, and he pitched the whole game.
That used to be like commonplace when you needed it.
I told you this. Dwight Gooden, his 1985, when he was 24-4, 16 complete games. 1-6.
That 16. Would never. People get 16 their whole career, maybe.
So they changed it. They did.
He got him out. Yeah, good. That was great throw. But yeah, I'm always like, man, why can't if somebody's willing and dealing, why are they so quick? All right, I know this is our order. This is how this is next.
Yeah,
it's like every now and again, you know what? Dang it, he on fire.
So let me ask you this real quick about the Dodgers, and we're talking about Ohtani. Just the feel around them, and obviously you do a lot of Dodgers stuff.
Just there Saturday.
Yep. And I just there's a funny vibe to them. Like this is not last year was different.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they added all these new pieces and whatnot. And then, Dave Roberts yesterday saying the bullpen is scared.
Yeah,
that's a weird word.
That's a word you usually absolutely try to avoid at all costs in sports, right? Because you can say a lot. Right now they're struggling.
Weird.
Right now,
they're scared.
They're challenged. You can say a lot right now. They're losing their stuff right now. But scared is something like, because players, men take that personally. Like, all right. They're struggling. You know what's interesting? When I was on the doing pre and post, we was up there with Jerry Harrison Jr. and Nomar Garcia-Parra, and they brought up the idea that
right there.
Yeah, they brought up the idea that they're gonna do it for Kirsch. Now at that point it was like 2 days prior that he had announced that he was gonna retire at the end of the season, and they were doing one of those. They're gonna do it for this, and we'll see if it's either that or the opposite. But maybe that'll be a rallying cry. But they're struggling right now, that bullpen. But for Dave Roberts to say scared, somebody was supposed to say, we ain't scared. Don't be scared. We're not scared. Don't be scared. Because for your skipper to say that is like, ooh, that says a lot right now where they are. Rich Podolsky getting ready to join us after Monty gives us what's trending. Hey, Monty.
Yeah, they're probably scared, but don't say that. Don't say that.
Somebody would have had to call me off like in the clubhouse screaming it.
Absolutely.
But not like me saying it.
Right, exactly. Dave Roberts did tell reporters today that Kirby Yates is going to be headed to the injured list with a hamstring issue, and that Roki Sasaki is going to be activated to pitch out of the bullpen. So maybe he will be the spark that LA is looking for. Let's check out on the scores here around baseball. The Twins are up on the Rangers, if you care, 1-0, bottom of the second. second inning. Red Sox right now have extended their lead over the Blue Jays. It's 4-0. Top of the sixth in Toronto. Yankees over the White Sox 5-1. Bottom of the fourth. Aaron Judge with his 50th home run of the season. He joins Babe Ruth, Mark McGwire, and Sammy Sosa as the only players to hit 50 home runs in 4 different seasons. Kyle Schwarber hit home run number 55 on the season as the Phillies are on top of the Marlins 6-1. Bottom of the 7th inning. Pirates over the Reds 2-0. Bottom of the 7th. Guardians edging the Tigers at home 2-1. Bottom of the 4th. And the Rays are shutting out the Orioles 5-0. Bottom of the 7th inning. By the way, Guardians designated hitter David Fry, he suffered multiple facial and nasal fractures after he was hit by a pitch during last night's game. The injuries do not require surgery, but he is done for the season as he's going to need about 6 to 8 weeks to recover from those injuries. In NFL news, Chiefs wide receiver Xavier Worthy was a full participant today, putting him on track to play Sunday against the Ravens. Bucs wide receiver Chris Godwin also a full participant in practice today. Seahawks are listing running back Zach Charbonnet as questionable for Thursday night against the Cardinals. Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels, his status is still up in the air for week 4. He was a limited participant, said he feels fine, but they still haven't officially said what it's going to look like for week 4. As for Terry McLaurin, he was held out of practice today. They say he has a quad injury, but he saw an expert today in core muscle injuries. Do what you want with that information. And the Giants confirmed that Jackson Dart is going to be starting the rest of the way beginning this week 4 against the Chargers, with Russell Wilson being the team's backup quarterback. Back to you guys.
All right, Monty, thank you. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Worship Wednesday. You got achy knees, you got stiff back, listen up. Your joints aren't cooperating with you. On some days, your body is just like, no, this ain't the day. And on those days, thankfully, there is Aleve. Luckily, Aleve is there, just one pill. Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief, so you can keep it moving. Use as directed. One's got to go coming up in a little bit. Right now, however, we're joined by Rich Podolsky. He's an author. Madden and Summerall, how they revolutionize NFL broadcasting. It is out now, so make sure you go and grab that. Rich, appreciate you taking some time with us, man.
Hey, great to be with you guys.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. We'll start there with just how great that tandem is and how they did change the game of broadcasting.
They absolutely did. There's been nobody like them before them. They were put together in 1981, almost by accident. They were together 21 years. Madden won 16 Emmys. It was unbelievable. Nobody like them during those 21 years, and nobody has come close since. So I worked with them at CBS Sports. I knew Madden even before he came to broadcasting. I used to cover the Dolphins in the 70s, and I knew what an unusual guy he was. It turned out that Summerall was quite an unusual guy, too. And even though they were friendly, but they were not friends away from the red light. They went their separate ways, but boy, were they great when that red light was on. It was like peanut butter and jelly meeting for the first time.
So wait a minute. So why do you think they didn't have a relationship outside of broadcasting, especially with the football? Pat Summerall was a former NFL player. You know what I mean? Like, I'm surprised that they didn't see what was the
rub? They got along.
No, I'm just saying, like, outside. I'm not saying that there was they had a beef, but it's just weird that they didn't have a relationship, really.
Summerall had a relationship prior with Tom Brookshire. They worked together for 6.5 years.
Now, that's who I remember as a kid, Brookshire, right?
Yeah. They started drinking margaritas 2 days before they got to the event, and they never stopped. And that was the problem. They were great and had too much fun on the air and off the air. And some of the stories got back to the home office, and the new president in 1980 decided to split them up, and he said he wanted John Madden to be his analyst, and he was in favor of Vin Scully to be the play-by-play guy, and he got outvoted.
How about Tom Brady's now broadcasting for Fox and now a part owner? I'm just curious about John Madden was a great young coach who gave up coaching and got into broadcasting and became a great broadcaster. But Tom Brady's trying to do both. People look at it and say it's a conflict of interest because you're a broadcaster. You get to go in and talk to players and all kinds of stuff. Where are you on this? Can he effectively be a fair, honest broadcaster and be a part owner and have access on both levels?
Let me just back up a second and say what you're talking about. These production meetings where the announcers and the producer and director go in and talk to the coaches and the star players and find out what the strategies are for the game and the inside stories about the players. That all started with Madden and Summerall and their producer, Terry O'Neill, in 1981. Nobody ever did that before. They would just go into town, meet with the PR guys, get the 3-deep roster, find out who was injured, then they go out and have their margaritas. Madden really started all that. And after he got they did those meetings and they had a production meeting back in the hotel with a crew. Madden and Terry O'Neill drew up a whiteboard and showed them film, and the cameramen knew what plays were coming. I mean, if you were going to have a test and you knew the questions ahead of time, you'd do better too. Well, that changed everything. Now everybody does it. And as you said, Brady wanted to do it also. At first, the NFL said, that's not okay because you are a part owner. Then they relented. I guess too many owners said he's good for the game. I don't get it. I don't think it's fair. Even though Brady was one of the first people to recommend my book, I still have to say I don't see where it's really fair to the other team.
Rich, I love I love your honesty. I love your honesty. Tom Brady's a certified cheater too in his history. I'm just saying. I didn't say you said that, Rich, but I'm just saying. Like he was suspended 4 games. You remember that for Deflategate and all that? Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I think Rich knows.
Rich knows.
Yeah,
okay,
he's aware of
that. I do have one criticism of John Madden, and I'll wait. I definitely.
Well, go ahead. No, you can't bring it up now. Go ahead.
Rich, I did think the one thing I did not like, and he was fantastic. He was not very critical of coach. Every coach was great. Like not coaches. Sometimes it'd be a terrible game where you wonder about the game plan, and the only thing that he used to criticize and bang on were always the officials, like not players, not coaches. Am I being unfair? And I've watched every game and listened, but he really wasn't critical of players or coaches.
That's a fair point. Nobody ever brought that up to me before. John,
I'm that kind of reporter. I just want you to know, Rich. And I've been covering the NFL since 1987.
Rich.
Well, listen. John was an unbelievably unusual guy. He had this insane appetite for knowing things about people. He had this ability when he would meet with the players to get their mannerisms, their slang, all these little knick-knack things about them, tell the stories, and then while he was telling those stories, he could coach both teams on the field better than they were being coached by their own coaches. He was America's nutty professor, and when he got the CBS chalkboard and he could show all 22 players at the same time, he had a ball with that, and America really loved him for it. Summerall was a Renaissance guy. He was the first guy to go from the field to the broadcast booth to play-by-play, and he gave himself up when he was paired with Madden to give Madden enough room to be John Madden and have his sound effects and tell his stories. Otherwise, they would not have been nearly as great as they were. When Summerall died, Madden said at the funeral, there were great voices before Pat Summerall. There'll be great voices after Pat, but Pat's was the voice of the NFL.
What I do, we hear so many highlights now, and I just hear his voice, and you just hear it right there. Rich Podolsky is our guest. He has a new book. It's titled Madden and Summerall, How They Revolutionized NFL Broadcasting. It's in stores now. And a couple other things for us, Rich. I'm looking at this, Madden didn't start off so great. It was almost fired. The early portions of this. So how does that work? When we're looking at broadcasters, they're coming from, like you mentioned, playing or coaching. How do you kind of know when to give someone grace, where let them grow into this? Maybe they'll get better.
every once in a while, I mean, somebody is so good doing interviews, after a game or during the week. Brady was pretty damn good at it. He was glib. Don Shula was great at it, and he never went into broadcasting. I covered Shula. That's why I brought him up. But Madden didn't know what he wanted to do. He quit after 10 years because of bleeding ulcers. He was only 42 years old. And CBS came to him and made him an offer of 4 or 5 games that first year in 1979. And he said to the agent, Barry Frank, he said, Barry, I don't know if I want to do it now, maybe in a few years. And Barry said, John, in a few years, they might not want you.
Yeah.
And he thought about that, and he said, there'll be other coaches then, and there'll be other star players. I'll try it. I'll do it now. And he said, I got nothing to lose. So that first year, nobody gave him any help. He had games that none of them went back to New York. They gave him a different play-by-play guy, a different producer, a different director, all those games that he did that first season, and he couldn't get a rhythm. And he knew from watching his own tapes that he had to cut down on his stories, but he still had to learn how to do it. And it wasn't until the middle of the second season when they paired him with Gary Bender that he started to get it. But at the end of that first season, there were a lot of executives at CBS who said, there's nothing special about this guy, and we could let him go. And then he did something at a pre-Super Bowl lunch that had everyone in stitches, 500 people in the ballroom of the Beverly Wilshire Hotel. He started telling stories on the dais there, and he had Pete Rozelle cracked up. The entire audience was in the palm of his hands, and the CBS executives came to the conclusion he's just not another ex-coach that wants to be a broadcaster, and they now saw him for what he could be.
Wow, what a great story. Yeah. One last one real quick, and tell me, the story, or the legend at least, is that the way he got on Madden is that these guys waited outside the entrance for where he comes in for Raiders games, and were like, we're trying to develop this video game or whatever, and you know what I mean, we want to put your name on it or something, and he exchanges, and that's really how Madden got on this video. But he talked to some guy standing outside. Did you ever hear that story, Rich? Is that how it went down?
I did, and the part of the story that that sounds accurate. But
that's crazy.
Game change for everybody.
Part of the story that I know is he invited the guy to come on the train with him. He was taking the train then, and to show him what he had. So he showed him a mock-up, and it was 7-on-7. And Madden said, well, wait a minute. Where are the linemen?
Right, you got to do 11, right?
This is all I got. He said, well, I was an offensive lineman, and I'm not going to put my name on any game.
Wow.
That have 11
now, that part
11.
I did not hear. No. That's a great story right there.
And real quick, the Miller Lite commercial was first offered to Al Davis, the owner of the Raiders, and Al said, you're using a bunch of retired guys for your commercials. John just retired. Why don't you offer it to him? He'd be much better than me.
Wow.
So they offer it to John, and John at the dinner table with his 2 sons and his wife says, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't even like beer that much. And his wife said, what the heck else do you have to do?
Get out this house and go make some money.
Exactly.
Hey, well, I'll tell you what, congrats on the book. Good luck with the book, Rich Podolsky. Thank you so much.
And he also turned down the George Foreman grill. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm about to say, what else is he turned it into Forrest Gump now.
No.
Madden and Summerall, how they revolutionized NFL broadcasting. It is out now.
Rich,
go
appreciate
get that.
it. Good luck. Mazel tov.
Thank you. Get it on Amazon.
Get it on Amazon. We appreciate it so much, man. Some great stories right there. Thank you, Rich. Make sure you go get it available everywhere. Get it on Amazon. All right. On the way, one's got to go, and it's a late night edition. We'll do it. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. I was just thinking about just the way in which Jim Harbaugh has able to come into this team who has had success as far as winning. They've won games in the regular season, but they just haven't been able to close games. They've lost a gang of games very close, last minute, last second, bad play calling, bad use of timeouts over the last 2 or 3 years. And now it seems to have that stability that he typically brings to an organization. You go all the way back to Stanford. You go to the 49ers. You go to Michigan. Now you're seeing what he did last season with the Chargers. Now you're seeing this season, and we're starting to get some of the best football that I've seen out of Justin Herbert. He's starting to be that, as we're watching, you got Friday Night Lights above us here. He's starting to be that prototypical, if I was designing a QB in a lab, what would he be? He has 6 touchdowns, 1 interception right now, 105 QBR. His completion percentage is almost 67%. He's had comebacks. He's just looked great thus far, and there's a stability that Jim Harbaugh has had, and he's actually unlocked him. He's not just doing the, all right, we're going to run it 45 times and you just make a couple of passes. He actually is running the offense. And it kind of reminds me of, they're different types of player, but what he did with Colin Kaepernick, where he said, I'm going to unleash you. Pass it, run it, be an RPO, just use you as an absolute weapon. And that's how he's starting to use Justin Herbert, not just run the ball, not just to rely on their defense. And he has gotten him to a level that we thought he could be at. And even last season, only having, 3 interceptions. So he has taken this team to the next level. And there's something to when you look at your coach and you absolutely believe what he's saying. You just absolutely believe in the next play. You absolutely believe that we can come back and win this. And they didn't have that with their last coach. They absolutely had no one. They had no assurance. They looked at him. We all knew he was going to make the wrong decision when it comes to play calling, wrong decision when it comes to clock management, wrong decision when to go for it, when not to go for it. And now to be able, I think they can look over their shoulder and have Jim Harbaugh, and they absolutely believe it. And that's just that extra 5%, 10% that you get from a team that makes you from a good to a great. That makes you from barely making the playoffs to having a legitimate chance to compete for a Super Bowl. And Jim Harbaugh has continuously brought that everywhere he's gone. And it looks like so far he's been able to bring that a season and 3 games into his tenure with the Chargers.
Did you see the playoff game last year?
I did.
Okay. The Jim Harbaugh is the greatest coach thing I just can't get with. Jim Harbaugh finally won a championship thanks to cheating with Michigan. That's when he finally broke through. He's had good teams, don't get me wrong, but he's never won anything until the cheating scandal, and he ran out of town in Ann Arbor after he knew that was coming down as well, after he finally was able to he couldn't beat Ohio State for a long time, and then all of a sudden he was able to beat Ohio State miraculously. All of a sudden he had all the answers to what had happened. Jim Harbaugh was so bad with Michigan, so bad, people don't remember this, that he had to take a pay cut. You remember that? Like they should have fired him, but they didn't fire him. They made him take a pay cut. That was their kind of like way of getting at him. And then number 2, nobody would even remember the Lions wouldn't interview him. He couldn't get a job. Remember, he's trying to get back in the NFL after what had happened at Michigan, and nobody wanted him. So that happened. He's turned programs around. I'm just not ready to crown him because I believe, in all honesty, that a lot of the issues that we talk about have to do with they had bad coaching before. Brandon Staley's probably one of the worst NFL coaches ever.
You ain't on an argument for me.
Okay, in that he was playing Madden and going for it in his own end, like no matter what. It was like the most ridiculous thing, and he probably should have been fired a lot sooner than he was. So my point is, yes, the Chargers are playing better. They're off to a great start, but I'm not ready to crown Jim Harbaugh yet.
Fox Sports Radio. It is the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Worship Wednesday.
Real quick.
Yeah, some crazy baseball going on right now.
Cleveland over the Tigers 3-1. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 4-0. Yankees over the White Sox 5-1. Cincinnati's on the board. They trailed 2-1 in the 8th inning in Cincinnati. Cubs, Mets, no score. Monty will get you caught up in a few minutes with everything around Major League Baseball.
All right, so let's get to it. One's got to go.
Hard decisions. So 5's a crowd. Is that what I'm gleaning here? 5's an uneven number. Figure it out.
Hear me out. One gotta go. All right, so we know all the stuff that's been happening over the last week or so with Jimmy Kimmel. And it got me thinking, Rob, and everybody else. It was like, man, let's do a One's Gotta Go late night host edition.
It's
now,
easy.
I left a couple out.
This is easy.
Johnny Carson's out because he's just the GOAT. So that was two. Like, nobody's going to kick Johnny out. He's the GOAT. Johnny's over here. So we're going to put Johnny over here. We agree? And I didn't want to go too new school with the Colberts and the Jimmy Kimmel.
You said Deb Carson or Johnny Carson?
Johnny. Keep it right. I went Johnny. So I said I'm going to go a little bit more the middle of that pack. So we're going to go. Here is your list.
This is easy, Alex.
I ain't even started. Arsenio Hall, Conan O'Brien, David Letterman, Jay Leno. One's got to go.
What?
Arsenio Hall, Jay Leno.
Now, you know Arsenio listens to our show.
David Letterman, he does.
So
he does. Conan O'Brien, David Letterman, Jay Leno, Arsenio Hall. Anyone like to go first?
This is easy.
This is easy.
Are you are you robbing me or are you really actually?
I'm real and Robin.
Okay.
Yes.
Who?
I'm real Robin, RR.
Who's going?
Goodbye, Conan.
Conan O'Brien.
Didn't care for it. Caught a couple little skits and clips, and I was just like, you're just trying to be like everybody else. You know what he reminds me of?
Who?
He's the Key and Peele to Dave Chappelle.
That's actually.
You know what?
That's not crazy. I'm
going to tell you why.
Okay. Go, Alex. That might have been your best One's Got to Go.
I'm going to tell you why I'm going to say Jay Leno.
Okay.
Because when I was asleep at night, watching late night.
Oh, boy. This is already stupid.
His chin was so big it used to roll my feet.
Rob, the man almost died falling down a hill. He said he was falling.
Hey, Jay been going through a lot. Cars been blowing up and fires.
You know what I'm talking about? His chin would rub.
He had the moon.
But it would.
Remember McDonald's had the Mac at night thing?
It would rub my feet at the bottom of the bed when I'm watching.
So Jay Leno's out for you. Okay. All right. About knocked out as this lady is watching her Tigers. Who you got, Monty?
All of them? I don't watch a lot of late night. That's why. But I think I'm going to go Conan O'Brien.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just don't like the orange hair or whatever,
It's just, maybe that's what it is. That's what it is. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. He may be the corniest of all.
I get it. Here's a stick to him. I get that.
Exactly.
Jay was funny to me. It was the chin thing that got to me. I'm just saying.
Rob G?
I got to go with David Letterman.
What?
Why?
Because he's been market corrected by other people with better gaps in their teeth. One of them being me, the other one being Michael Strahan. The only thing that he has going for him is the gap in his teeth, and now other people.
I'm going to tell you this. When I was in college and he used to come on NBC at 12:30 at night, that show was really funny.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, it was really fun. And I used to stay up back then, you know what I mean? And watch that show from 12:30 to 1:30 before I went to sleep. And I watched Letterman. He was funny. 12:30.
The last one for me. This was tough. It ain't Arsenio. He wasn't going nowhere. Conan ain't going nowhere just because I kind of got into the shtick. And this one pains me to say.
Wow.
But I think it is Jay Leno.
Wow.
You just mad because he fell down the steps.
No, I was upset with that. Like, Jay, come on now. But Jay Leno's got to go. He's a legend. Obviously, he's got to, I'd love to have his car, all the cars he has.
He's a legend, but he's got to go.
Somebody had to go, Monty. Somebody had to go.
Monty.
What you want from me?
Wake up, it's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is.
Let's get it. Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations.
That game was incredible.
You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham! We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all, so I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank you.
Love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable.
He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong.
Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape with the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win, sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio.
Yeah.
Kyle Schwarber has homered twice. Edmundo Sosa has homered 3 times, and the Phillies are crushing the Marlins 11-1, top of the 9th inning. Schwarber has now hit 56 home runs on the season. Aaron Judge has hit home run number 50 as the Yankees are topping the White Sox 5-1 after 6 innings. Judge joins Babe Ruth, Mark McGwire, and Sammy Sosa as the only players to hit 50 home runs in 4 different seasons. The Red Sox are shutting out the Blue Jays 4-0, top of the 8th inning. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was just tossed out of the game after disagreeing with a third strike call. The Pirates are edging the Reds in Cincinnati 2-1, top of the 9th inning, and the Guardians are beating the Tigers at home 3-1, bottom of the 6th inning. The Brewers already defeated the Padres 3-1. Milwaukee has won 96 games, which is tied for the most wins in franchise history. In the NFL, Seahawks are listing running back Zach Charbonnet as questionable for Thursday night against the Cardinals. I'm Amancio Bolaños.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 3 on this Worship Wednesday here on the Odd Couple. Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington. And with the iHeartRadio app, you can stream us wherever you happen to be, which is amazing. Just catch us and all the Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeartRadio app so that it'll always pop up at the top of your screen like the old days.
Wow.
And this isn't just a game. It's a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Unbelievable. Come be a part of the legacy that never stops. Be there when history is made. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com. And don't forget, coming up in about 28 minutes, John Morosi, MLB Network and Fox Sports Radio, MLB Insider, and as well, last call time where you can jump in on stuff that maybe you weren't able to get in earlier in the program. And this is just, I'm just looking at all this stuff real quick. Tigers, how you feeling? They're down 3-1. Here we are in the 6th inning.
Miracles happen.
Okay.
Miracles happen, man.
Looks like the Yankees will be in first place, tied with the Blue Jays after tonight. It's 5-1 Yankees, 4-0 Blue Jays are losing 4-0 to the Red Sox.
Listen, man, go back.
Mets are losing. Cincinnati Reds are losing the second night in a row to Pittsburgh. That's the big one because the Mets and them are vying for the playoffs. So we got a lot of stuff to get to.
It's going to be crazy. What do we have? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, this will be a wild weekend.
Only a few more games, right? 4 after today, right? Unbelievable.
Be a wild weekend. I mean, it'll be fun, man, just because, again, they were going into this season, as we talked about. I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Who? I don't know.
Nobody. Anybody tells you they know who's going to win the World Series.
I think a lot of people are high on the Brewers, just the way they're built, I
think they peaked already, though. I know they got franchise high in wins and all that. They were unbelievable. At one point, I think they went 29-4.
Yeah, they.
You know, in baseball, that evens out. 29-4.
But it's like you say, okay, they peaked, and it's like, well, who's? I mean, there are some teams, the Phillies, people high on, you know. It's
open.
It's open, and that's the fun part about this. Once it gets rolling, and once we get these matchups, we all have no clue, and that's why we'll be tuned in to see who's going to be able to pull it off.
No doubt. But I do want to finish up on this last topic here and do some NFL.
Yeah.
Rob G, let's bring you in on this Terry Bradshaw. You know, Terry and I have had some issues going back. So
it's like one-sided, but yes, you all have issues going back. No,
but he's got other issues.
Terry Bradshaw, you know, Steelers legend.
Yep.
It's well documented now, going back several years, that despite being a Steelers legend, he doesn't really think too highly of the Pittsburgh Steelers. He famously called Mike Tomlin a cheerleader, even though Mike Tomlin's never had to lose the season as head coach.
Can you imagine calling a coach a cheerleader?
Especially,
you can't be more disrespectful with that. A cheerleader.
He has openly criticized Aaron Rodgers, who, for all his faults, is currently second in the NFL in touchdown passes.
And Aaron Rodgers took the high road.
And he did.
You remember that? He did. He handled it the right way.
And despite Pittsburgh being 2-1 on the young season, first in that AFC North division, Terry Bradshaw told Yahoo Sports he's not a fan of what he's seeing in Pittsburgh. Take a listen.
They're not ever going to fire Mike Tomlin. If they continue, they've made the playoffs in 18 years. And he wins it, he'll go again 19 years. They don't have the team. It takes offense, defense, takes it all, takes coaching. Every time they get great players and they do really well, you had Antonio Brown. You had the running back that actually signed with the Jets. I can't think of his name. He's just gone. I don't know where he is. All these guys are on their way to the Hall of Fame. They're playing so great for Pittsburgh. I want my money. So they'll get their money and they're out of there. That's what happens. That's why I wasn't opposed to Dallas's move. 4-year guy going to 5th year. I want my money. They say, look, I've already paid such and such. We can wait another year. And then finally they said, look, send you out of here. That's not a bad way to do it if you can pick up a lot of first-round draft picks and maybe there's a quarterback you think you might need or a great lineman or something, whatever. I don't know. But they're always competitive, but they're past being a contender. They're not a contender. They're just not. From what I've seen, they're not a contender. They haven't been in a while. They hadn't been a contender in 5 years.
This is my issue. I don't have an issue with him saying they're not contenders. I don't expect them to go to Super Bowl. I don't expect, and they haven't. They haven't had a playoff win in 9 or 10. But Terry Bradshaw is a perfect example of sticking around too long. When you stick around too long and you become a bitter old man. I'm dead serious. And this is the danger of staying around too long. Nothing's good enough. You complain about everybody, every situation. You feel you can say and do anything because you're an older person. What are they going to do to you? They can't touch you. You know what I mean? And you feel like I live my life. I don't care what they think. And I don't think that's the way you really want to go out. You don't want to go out in that fashion. That's why I would rather retire 3 years early than 3 years too late. Mm-hmm. I'm dead serious. And I've said this to you. Because Howard Cosell went out like that, if you remember. Yeah. Howard Cosell is one of the greatest broadcasters, and his stamp on American sports announcing and his where he fit into the culture at that time and whatever, his stuff with Muhammad Ali. If you've never seen Howard Cosell or never heard any of his broadcasts, am I right, Kelvin?
No,
he is an iconic.
He was like the standard.
The standard back in the 70s on ABC. Monday Night Football, Monday Night Baseball, boxing. All the stuff, boxing, the Muhammad Ali stuff, just great stuff. But he got out he went out as a retired, as a bitter old man and went after everybody and nobody was any good. That's just not the way you want to go out. And why? Why with the Steelers? Why would you have people? You won 4 Super Bowls. Mm-hmm. You have a great connection with it. I get it. You could criticize Mike Tomlin. Calling him a cheerleader is like crossing a line to me. You want to say he doesn't do X, Y, and Z well, or he's not able to win a playoff game. He's only hasn't won a playoff game in 10. That's all fair game. Mm-hmm. It feels like something happened there where they don't value his opinion. He went in and tried to get Tomlin fired, and the Rooneys don't want to hear from him. Like there's something there that makes him this guy. He attacked Aaron Rodgers before he even got there. Aaron Rodgers said, hey, he's a legend. I don't know, Terry. I wish we could meet and talk or or whatever it is. And I think there's a way to go out with some grace when you've had such a distinguished career. And it doesn't mean, and you know me, I'm about keeping it real and being honest, okay? Mm-hmm. But there's a difference between the two. And especially when you were a part of something and now you want to burn down everything on your way out. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that people remember that stuff. And I don't know if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, are you listening to Terry Bradshaw and thinking, yeah, there's Terry telling it like it is. He's the great quarterback who won 4 Super Bowls. Or they go, look at this old dude who's, going out in a blaze of reckless, just being reckless and destroying everything and trampling over the organization and whatnot. Why do you want to hear your hero go out like that? I don't know. It doesn't feel good to me.
No, listen, 2 things can be true, right? So I think you just stated it. they have been a middling franchise for a handful of years now. There are no expectations for them to go to Super Bowl. I'm sure within their building, they absolutely believe they are. They ain't going to the Super Bowl, and it looks like to me they're going to be a very similar team at best than what they were last year. I don't think they'll even be that successful. So, yes, if someone asks him, what is your analysis of this team this season, he gives it. I understand this. But to your point, taking personal shots and calling first of all, a man who's been really good most of the time in his profession, Mike Tomlin, a cheerleader, is kind of crazy. And calling me that when we're in the same organization, calling me that when we're trying to build something and we are all part of this organization. You're a legacy person. I'm run part of my career. Help me build. Also, he's just in his no F's to give phase of life. And when old people get like that, you got a grandfather who's going to tell you, he said, boy, that nappy hair, why you bring that girl up in here looking like that? You're like, whoa, Gramps, this is my girlfriend, or that's my friend, or that's my, he's in that place of life. And somebody has to kind of reel him in a little bit, because one thing you would want from him, someone like that, is to be constructive with the franchise, meaning come on back, be a part of it, help us build this thing up. We're open to your criticism. We're open to talk to us. What do you see? Listen, you played the position. What are you seeing that we could do differently? And that's why I'm wondering: is there some fracture with the organization? Is there some beef that I don't know about?
I think
there something
that he wanted, and he even said that they'll never fire him. I think that he went to them
to get Tomlin out, and they kept their guy.
And they kept their guy and said, "No, Terry, we're not doing."
Well, I mean, listen,
they've only had 3 coaches in 50 years. So Terry, why do you think the Rooney's going to do something different?
And that's kept them a good team. Now, they want to get over the top. They want to get back to winning Super Bowls. But in order to do that, you at least got to be competitive. They've been that. So, again, I don't have a problem with him giving his analysis of the team, where they are, what he expects. But when you take shots at Aaron Rodgers, just kind of coming in, you take shots at the organization, you take shots at Mike Tomlin, it kind of becomes, well, what's really going on? What's the motive? What's the impetus? What's the genesis of this? Is there something more deep-rooted? Is there something, again, we don't know about? Is there some beef with the family? Is there beef where he wanted to be part? This is me speculating. Do you part of ownership? Like what's going on? Because typically what you see is guys being a part of that. They're welcome back. They're always, you look at how Jerry Jones, despite what I may say, you may say, he may say, all the guys come back and they love being a part of Cowboy Nation, right? They love being, it's a part of the franchise. Organizations have that thing. He seems like maybe kind of slightly on the outside. And again, this is Kelvin Washington just speculating. I don't know.
And he was a minority owner, but he sold his interests back 20 years ago.
And maybe now he's sitting there and see when the NFL has skyrocketed.
That's what I'm saying. And now
he missed it. Why y'all? Maybe it's some beef. Why y'all didn't tell me? Why didn't y'all tell me that this was about to happen? So I don't know. I feel like when you're in a position to be more helpful, to be more of a part of the constructive building of something.
Now, you don't have to be – I want to say that. You don't have to be
rah-rah guy.
You don't have to be Tiki Barber where the Giants can do no wrong. Like, if you listen to his radio show in New York, like he is dyed in the wool, whatever the Giants do. He wants to get the goodie bag. He wants to be able to sit in the suite, with the owner and all that. Like, he is, like, on the other side. So I'm not talking about you got to be that. Because the
who I think does a
about –
perfect middle?
Who?
To your point? I think Troy Aikman.
He's critical.
He's critical
when he has to be.
Yeah, I don't think Jerry Jones did that right. But he, he'll show up at the Ring of Honor. So he's like, hey, my job is to keep it a buck. I'm not going to make anything personal. I'm not going to take any jabs at you. But I'm going to just tell the truth and where I am with it. And it's no love lost. Pull up on me. Come see me. Still be there when the triplets come in town and him and Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith. I think Troy Aikman kind of found a great middle ground of that over his years, in my opinion. But, yeah, I just like Terry's in his no blanks to give era of life.
No, but
and the Steelers can get some of this smoke.
That's why I brought up the Howard Cosell, because guys go out like this.
What was my man Jimmy the Greek?
Yeah.
He went out kind of just saying some wild stuff. There's some other people who went a little too long. There was health issues, like when Dick Clark.
But a lot of these guys wind up getting fired too, like Brent Musburger. Like, like they think that they're bulletproof and they can say
they haven't read the room of the era.
Whatever they want. And they you notice at Michigan, Frank Beckman was a longtime Michigan play-by-play guy for the football, and then he wrote a column about Tiger Woods and fried chicken and collard greens or whatever. You know what I mean? And lost the radio job.
Sometimes when you've been doing something so long, Rob, as you know, I mean literally just from you covering it, like you're stuck in the era where you can say things.
And then you think, like, you really think you're bulletproof. I'm serious because you've been there that long.
I see the difference just even between me sitting with other anchors who are, maybe 15 to 20, 25 years my senior. They will say some stuff that I'm like, because they're from that era, the 80s and 90s, where I'm like, we can't say that anymore, y'all. It's 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. We can't say that. So maybe they haven't, they don't catch up to where we are and we're kind of with things you can and can't say in the current day.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Do you have a problem with Terry Bradshaw's very public criticisms of the Pittsburgh Steelers or not? You're cool with it? We'll continue that conversation next with you. Most of the time, guys his age, they can't even have the remote control. It's the Odd Couple. Rob Parker.
Somebody, how you change it? Where? Somebody change the thing.
Right here on Fox Sports Radio on this Worship Wednesday. And you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
If you also like to hear old people go off their wagon in the USA.
I think the Lions have something that I am big on, and you know this. You've been doing our radio with me for a year. An identity, Rob. They know who they are, what they do, how they do it, no matter who. And that, to me, is attributed to Dan Campbell, Gambling Campbell. He gambled even when I was having heart attacks, and I was rooting for him. He's going for it early as heck, first quarter, fourth down, going for it. He ends up being 3 for 3 because that's what they do. Even to ice the game, they're up 8. Why would you do this? You punt it, you're up 8. He goes for it. They throw a 4th and 2, and it ends up being like a 25-yard pass. Dan Campbell knows exactly who he is. He knows exactly what this team is, and he knows exactly what they're capable of doing. And to me, I watched that game, and they look more prepared. They look more in sync. They look more united. They play tougher. They play faster. And I looked at them, and that was the contrast to Baltimore. Baltimore didn't look like they knew who was going to close. I call it ABC. If you're in sales, anybody listening to sales know what ABC means. Always be closing. And the Baltimore Ravens, they don't know how to close for whatever reasons. I have them going to the Super Bowl, but it makes you nervous picking them because they struggle closing games. And you don't know if it's Lamar. You don't know if it's John Harbaugh, who you've mentioned and been critical of. You don't know if it's the defense that's going to let them down. Defense, Ray Lewis rolling around in his bed. Rolling around in his bed right now the way that defense looks this season. So I look at this game and I walked away looking at Dan Campbell and looking at that Lions team saying they know exactly who they are and what they do. Going to run the ball. They're going to smash it down. They're going to get after you defensively. They might not have the greatest defensive players individually, but as a collective, they're going to get after you. And they're going to go for it on 4th down, whether you like it or love it. I hope he changes it a little bit in the postseason. That's a story for another day. But I just looked at that and said, wow, they know exactly what they are, and that's why they play well. And that's why I still obviously have them going to the postseason. But I was disappointed in the Ravens, the way they always look frazzled. They don't look like they know what they're doing. The Lions come out, they know exactly what 4th down they're running. They know exactly what play they're running on 3rd down to get to the 4th down. They know exactly that they're going for it. And they look steady. The Ravens don't look steady when they're down or when it's close or when they look frazzled and weird at times. And again, who's going to be the person to step up? Is it John Harbaugh in the scheme, and he's going to change, and he's going to find a way to stop the run or find a way to put Lamar in better situations? Or is Lamar going to say, screw everybody on here, I'm going to get it done? I walked away like that's why we all have a little angst with the Ravens at times, because he's the best player. He's so skilled. So is Derrick Henry. But you walk away like, I don't know. And that was disappointing to see from the Ravens. But great game for the Lions. They're exactly in a great position. You have the Browns. You have the Bengals. If you win that and you're up 4-1 right now in the season, that is a tremendous, tremendous start considering you lost your coordinators. And some people, like one I sit next to, said you ain't even going to make the postseason. Barbecue!
Are you done with that lame take of the Lions? They know exactly what they're doing. They know what. Did they know what they were doing against Green Bay? No, they did not. Can they bank on 250 yards on the ground every week? No, they can. Did you see how easily Baltimore was able to score on them?
No, I don't.
Yes, and the other one is, if you're going to get a gift fumble where you're able to cash it in, of course that's going to help you. I looked at this game. I didn't come away with the Lions are great. I came away with the Ravens have let down Lamar. The coaches let them down. The defense, they give up 40 points every night. They haven't done anything. The Lions didn't do anything special. Buffalo
ran
got
all
40
over them.
points. The defense is terrible. That's what I'm talking about. The fumbles, costly fumbles. Yes, the Lions got their Christmas gift, and the Lions got their Christmas wish. That's what this was. You'll look back on this, and this will be the Lions Super Bowl. This game right here. Celebrate all you want. This will be the game, and you'll go back and go, man, what happened to that team when they beat the Ravens in week 3 and we beat them in Baltimore? Then I thought they were on their way, and then they all of a sudden lost to Cleveland in some other game, and I didn't know what happened there. Really? I didn't walk away with the Lions. I walked away with how bad Baltimore played and what they didn't do and how they can't secure the ball and how they have a coach, I told you, who should be fired because this is happens over and over and over. How many times are we going to see this?
So why are
They're
you so
way
high
too
on the Ravens
talented.
then? If they gave up,
because they
got
have the
7
greatest
sacks.
player. They have the greatest player in the league right now. That's
So
why I'm high on them.
A, B, C.
That's why I'm high
Why
on
can't
them.
Lamar
You
close
just
the
asked me
game?
that.
Fox Sports Radio. Odd Couple, Robin Kelvin on the Worship Wednesday. Shout out to DJ Ali Alex on the ones and the twos. Be sure to check out the brand new YouTube channel, and you can watch us live right now if you are. That's right. We simulcast the show on YouTube. Videos, you can see it, all the good stuff. YouTube.com/oddcouple. /@oddcouple. Let me say it right. Fox FSR. Or if you're already in there, all you got to do is search Odd Couple FSR. Make sure you subscribe. Click subscribe. We appreciate it. Share it. Tell your friends. You comment. Rob G's going to get to some of the comments here in just a little bit again. So Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Just search it that way and then subscribe. We appreciate you. We got John Morosi, MLB Network and Fox Sports Radio, MLB Insider, getting ready to join us here shortly. We're taking your phone calls. Terry Bradshaw, all about the smoke for the Steelers lately. And is he overstepping his boundary a little bit? Are you okay with the way he's been criticizing the team? 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
All right, Andre in Massachusetts. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
Hey, how you doing? Thanks for taking the call. Listen, Terry Bradshaw is a habitual. Okay, we got to get straight the dog out.
I know. What's up, Andre? At this point, we're used to it. Okay, the dog just loves the show.
Yeah. But he's a habitual line stepper just like Terry because he knows that's not his place. He needs to play his position. He's got to play his position and act right. So that's what he's going to be doing. But Bradshaw, specific to the point, he's a grumpy old man. He doesn't need to take these shots. And to say cheerleader in reference to Mike Tomlin, that's something that Jason Garrett, his moniker when he was with the Cowboys, but Jason Garrett literally being a puppet up under the strings of Jerry Jones, that was a more comparable analysis because he didn't have the control. Mike Tomlin, having all of these seasons without the losing record, he's his own man. So cheerleader, it's out of bounds. Other people have used it, but it's out of bounds. And specific to Bradshaw, as you said, things have happened in the organization. He seems like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who was angry with the Lakers, and had to advocate to get a statue, and really push the case. And that showed that there was issues, him, Jerry Buss, Magic. So I think that's what's taking place with the Steelers. There's things behind the scenes that aren't really getting out that are pushing him to make these.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, Dre. Just something.
Yeah, there's something else there.
I don't know. It just feels a little extra to me. Something else might be else. Who we got?
Robert in Vegas. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's happening?
Hey there, Odd Couple. Listen, a little insight into the Bradshaw Steeler thing. Born and raised in Pittsburgh. When Bradshaw retired, he thought the Steelers were going to give him a nice, cushy job. And the Rooneys don't operate that way. When you retire, thanks for your service.
Right.
Have a good life. And that's where the animosity comes from. He's not gone along with the Rooneys since day one of retirement because they didn't take care of him, and they just don't do that.
But Terry Bradshaw is going on to have a unbelievable television career.
Without a doubt.
Who's made a ton of money. Still bitter about that? I mean, I just don't get that.
But he's a petty. I mean, he's a Louisiana bumpkin. He's not sophisticated. He holds a grudge.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like it just doesn't make sense.
I tell you what, but you're right about the TV career. I mean, he's definitely
been on TV for 30 years.
And
Are
has
you
been
kidding?
highly successful. One of those
and highly paid.
Charles Barkley type guys where big commercials, money, all that. So
made a ton of money all these years.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Rob G, what we got?
We got some good takes coming in hot and heavy here from the Odd Mob on YouTube. $7 says that Terry is miserable and has been for years. Pretty straightforward.
Okay.
Scott Lewis says, Rob, it's the money of these guys. They don't know how their time is up, time to get out.
Yeah.
He's thinking about you. And then here's the best one.
What?
Here's my favorite.
It ain't about me.
Shout out to Sean in Sacramento, the de facto moderator of this whole thing. He really keeps the conversation going. Says, Terry just ain't loyal, bro. He on wife number 6 and his hair don't even want to stay with him.
Wow.
I don't know if that's true, but I like to hear it.
Does he have 6 wives?
Wow.
Somebody Google that. Dang.
Maybe we
At
can read
6? Okay, well, find the real number before I
Because I was going to rename
2 or
him.
3, I understand. I got young.
Looked it up. He's at 4.
I was going to rename him Terry Bradshaw. I'm sorry. I'm just saying.
Man, Rob don't know when to hang it up either. He
4?
says some wild stuff.
What are you talking about? When I leave here, you're going to be like, no, I can't believe you're leaving.
Nobody believes you.
Rob's going to leave and be retired for about 6 weeks.
Can you believe this? MLB.com, they're paying me to do hits from home. I'm in my underwear.
Rob G. Oh,
I just pick up my phone. Elijah, can you put Elijah going to still be getting hit up while he's here?
SNY wants me to do a hit. Oh, God. Twice a week. Rob G, they're going to pay me $85,000 do twice a week. Oh, God.
Alex, do you think when I retire, will you hear me on the air? Will you see me working anywhere?
No.
You will not. Monty, remember that. I'm not kidding you.
I don't believe it.
Nobody believes me.
You're not going to sit at home.
It's free money.
You're not going to sit at home.
I'm going to oversee the businesses I have and stuff like that, but I'm not going to work.
Right. Free money?
I'm not working.
Just come on and tell us about Moby. Getting Moby. Dick was a guppy and get free money? You ain't turning that down.
All right.
Monty Bolaños, we got John Morosi coming up in a minute. What's going on?
Listen, nobody believes that you are going to retire and sit at home just peacefully, Rob.
No, I'm going to hang out. I'll do some stuff. I'll go watch my...
You're going to be the oldest millennial. You're still going to be hanging out in these streets with some Travis Scott's on.
With some Travis Scott's on.
I told you
a bag of Ross.
I had my feelings hurt when I was on the airplane. And I got up. I went to the bathroom. I came back. And the guy's like, he looked at me, he looked at my Travis Scott's. He's like, what are you doing wearing those? I said, what do you mean? He said, "Oh, gee, man, what? You got those on?" He was like shocked that I had the hippest sneakers going.
Right.
Like he was offended almost like I should be wearing those and you
Not
should
you.
be wearing Skechers. That's what he was
Or some
Easy
New Balance.
Now hold
Or
on.
New Balance.
Did you complete the cipher? Like did the whole look? You know what I mean?
I was fresh.
Because you can't have it and then you had on some Jim Harbaugh khakis or something. Now I see why he would have been like, "Yo, what's going on here?"
Confused.
But he was like, I saw you when you left, and
All right.
I looked down your feed, and man, I can't. What?
That's when you
Okay.
just dap. Appreciate it, young man.
Young
Boom.
man. There you go. That's the
Yeah.
that's the phrase we
Appreciate it,
needed.
young blood.
All right, guys. Reds have kept their season alive, believe it or not. Tyler Stevenson with a home run in the bottom of the 9th inning tied it for the Reds. So they're in the 10th inning right now in Cincinnati. It's the top of the 10th, and the Pirates have scored. So they're up 3-2 right now. It's the bottom of the 7th in Cleveland, where the Guardians have a 3-1 lead over the Tigers. They also have the bases loaded. Detroit has lost 7 in a row. Aaron Judge, home run number 50 on the season. Yankees are on top of the White Sox 5-1. Bottom of the 8th inning about to start. Judge joins Babe Ruth, Mark McGwire, and Sammy Sosa as the only players to hit 50 home runs in 4 different seasons. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was tossed after disagreeing with a 3rd strike call. He barely got a word out, and they tossed him. And the Red Sox right now are on top of the Blue Jays 7-1. Bottom of the 9th inning in Toronto. And all Cubs so far against the Mets. It's 6-0, top of the 5th inning. The Phillies crushed the Marlins 11-1. They hit 8 home runs. 2 of them came from Kyle Schwarber, bringing his total to 56 on the season. And the Brewers defeated the Padres already 3-1. Milwaukee has won 96 games, tied for the most wins in franchise history. Dave Roberts told reporters that Kirby Yates is headed to the injured list with a hamstring issue and that Roki Sasaki will be activated to pitch out of the Dodgers bullpen. In NFL news, Chiefs wide receiver Xavier Worthy was a full participant, putting him on track to play Sunday against the Ravens. Bucs wide receiver Chris Godwin was a full participant. Seahawks are listing running back Zach Charbonnet as questionable for Thursday night against the Cardinals. And no practice today for San Francisco 49ers wide receivers Ricky Pearsall and Jawan Jennings, while quarterback Brock Purdy was limited with his toe and shoulder injuries. Back to you guys.
All right, Monty. Whoa. Drop my headphones. Have a wonderful night.
You too.
Whatever you get into. As
I'll
I
be
put my
here.
headphones back on.
And again, congratulations to your parents.
Yes, thank you. 48 years.
Don't go bothering them either. Let them have fun tonight.
No, yeah, they are having fun. They're having some drinks. Now
Don't
you know where I
stalk
get
them.
it from.
What are you doing? Where are you
I
going?
know.
Let them be. They're grown.
Maybe they'll make you with another brother or sister.
No!
Well, listen, they gonna listen. The activity might happen 48 years.
Okay, whatever, bye. No.
Yeah, you don't hear that.
You got a tissue for me?
Now they gonna come home. Like, remember the first night? Oh, that's so crazy.
Why? Stop.
Achy knee. Yeah, it might be some achy knees.
Why?
Some stiff backs going on up in here. Them joints actually might be cooperating today. Some days your body is just like no. Some days it's like yes. And on those days, luckily, there is Aleve with just one. With just one pill, Aleve provides up to 12 hours of pain relief, so you can keep moving. Use as directed. Use on your 48th anniversary.
Monty's like, I'm a grown woman. They're talking about making a baby. Come on.
I hit it so good today. It was fun.
John
Morosi.
John
let's get to
Morosi
him.
is our guest. John, I hope you didn't hear any of this
Yes,
conversation.
please.
MLB Network and Fox Sports Radio, MLB Insider. Always great having them on. What's up, John?
John.
Kelvin and Rob, how we doing? Hey, there's a lot of great baseball.
Are you kidding?
America tonight.
It is amazing. And we got to start, John, with the Tigers who are.
Do we?
Yes, we do. An epic meltdown in the history of baseball. I still can't get over it. They're losing 3-1 in the bottom of the 7th in Cleveland.
Bases
the
loaded.
Guardians have roared back. The Tigers have tanked. Have you seen such a meltdown? I don't think they're going to win another game this year. I'm dead serious, John.
Rob, I'm out of words. I am out of words, which is rare for me. The only thing that would take this collapse up an octave would be if you and I were still writing for our respective newspapers in Detroit, sitting side by side, gesturing to the field and just saying, what's going on here? And that's kind of the way the entire state is feeling. My family, I'm getting a lot of text messages. Everybody's beside themselves. The remarkable thing, as they are now in position to lose for the 8th straight game, they will still, and I double-check, triple-check this, they will still wake up tomorrow morning in a playoff spot because they actually right now have a 1-game lead over Houston. And even if Houston wins tonight, with the Michigan native Hunter Brown on the mound, by the way, which makes the story even better.
Yep.
That if Houston wins tonight and ties the Tigers, Detroit still has the tiebreaker. So it's prolonging this tale of woe, Rob, because it would almost be easier to take if they just fell out of a playoff spot last night or tonight and then they were done with it. But but they played so well for the first 3 months that even as remarkably inept as they've been in recent days, they're still in a spot. And it's just, it is difficult to fathom what is going on with this team right now.
Hey, John, let's stay here with the Tigers. And we saw Scooble do something that I don't know if he thought he was a long snapper, a Magic Johnson pat. What was that when he threw it behind his back between his legs to first base?
No look.
What was that? And is that part of also just their melting down? Did you think that was a part of just the meltdown, freaking out?
It was an uncharacteristic play that sometimes happens to all of us, especially even elite athletes, when the circumstances are at their peak and the everything around you is going a little bit haywire, and sometimes you short circuit a little bit. I'm quite sure that in Tarek Scooble's entire baseball career, he has never tried a maneuver like that ever. Mark Burley was able to pull it off a couple times with the White Sox, and he was the master at it, and he's the only one. It's one of those things where, like, there are certain players in sports that are so good at certain maneuvers that they have license to do it, even though they really shouldn't. It's like the quarterback who runs backwards 30 yards, then wheels it down the field 45 plus. That's like, there are only a handful of guys that have the ability to do that. Last night we learned Scooble is not one of the guys that has permission to do that. Okay, and guys. Shouldn't have happened, and obviously that is what put that entire inning into motion. The hit by pitch on David Fry, which was a very scary situation.
Oh, man, so scary.
The balk, the wild pitch, and the other piece of it, the humanity of it that I want to point out is that Scooble actually went.
Yeah, he went to the hospital.
Visited David Fry at the hospital last night. Stephen Vogt, the Cleveland manager, gave him a ride. So even in the midst of this really contentious pennant race, I thought that was a nice human moment that tells you a lot about the character of Scooble and of Stephen Vogt and certainly of David Fry as well.
No doubt. What about, here we go, tonight, Blue Jays getting blown out by the Red Sox, Yankees winning, beating the White Sox. We're going to see a tie at first place. The Yankees have come all the way back, it appears. The game's not over yet. But what do you make of that? And just, the Yankees hit a really bad patch. Mm-hmm. Remember that? And
right.
And it looked like, my God, that everything was falling apart, and they couldn't score runs, and it looked ugly. And somehow, some way, they will be virtually tied for first place with 4 games to play.
Right. And remember now, with that unique circumstance, I talked a moment ago about the tiebreaker. So right now in the American League East, the Blue Jays have the tiebreaker over the Yankees. And so if they finish with the same record, Toronto gets the seed and more than likely the bye that would take you into the second round. So that is the prize they're still competing for. So if they're tied, so even as of tonight, when you wake up tomorrow morning and check the postseason picture, you will still see the Blue Jays as being the number 1 seed tomorrow morning because they've got the tiebreaker.
The tiebreaker.
Obviously, if things flip and if the Yankees win one more and the Red Sox beat the Jays again tomorrow, then it really will flip and the Jays move into a wild card position.
That's
so
crazy.
It is now the important thing is in the American League, there are 3 teams that we know are in. The Jays are in, the Yankees are in, the Mariners are in, and then it's 4 teams for 3 spots: Red Sox, Guardians, Tigers, Astros, and guys, I expect that it's going to go down to the last day, and that's part of the idea of the way that MLB has set this up for years now, which I love, is that it's a universal start time on Sunday.
Yes.
Everybody starts at the same time. And so no one has the advantage to know what was going on in a different game.
And you got to play. You got to play, right?
You got to play it out.
Yep.
162.
No.
I do
can't
like
wait.
that. There's no trying.
That's 3 p.m. Eastern, noon out here on the West Coast, and everybody's playing. All the games are going on at once. One last thing we need to ask you about. The Mets are also in trouble considering where they were, and they have a chance of falling out of the postseason as well. What do you make of the Mets? And they had a huge win yesterday. Without that, they probably might be out of this. Tonight, they're getting beat 6-2 in the fifth in Chicago.
Right, and I think one of the interesting things about this situation is, of course, we're still watching that the Reds are losing now in the bottom.
It's
of the
tied up.
No, it's tied up now,
They just
John.
tied it up.
They just tied it. So that means if the Reds win and the Mets obviously they're down 6-0. So if they lose, the Reds, if the Reds tie the Mets, the Reds have the advantage. But guess what? The Diamondbacks are also just one game behind the Mets too. So it's actually a 3-team race for that last spot. It's so interesting. And what I'll say is this, guys, is I love the Mets' young pitching, and we'll have the broadcast tomorrow night, MLB Network, and I'm really excited to see Nolan McLean pitch in that game. But when you are dealing with rookies, and Jonah Tong got the start tonight, you don't always know what you're going to get. Okay, it's a lot to ask guys who are in the minor leagues pitching in front of a few hundred people in May to go out there and pitch at Wrigley Field with pressure of New York and Chicago all on top of you. And I just think it is showing the vulnerability that the Mets have spent. They spent all that money in the offseason, guys.
Wow.
But they did not fully address their rotation. Montas was never able to perform. Minaya has struggled this year, and so tonight they had to go with Jonah Tong. 2 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, and they're now down 6-0.
6-2 now. They got a couple of runs.
Yeah.
Last thing, John, we only have 45 seconds. Okay? Judge just hit his 51st, right, tonight.
To be honest with you, John, I'm shocked he's still here. I need to run around the building.
That's 2 home runs tonight. He's got 51. You got a tissue for me? No, stop it. MVP, just give me a quick, who would you vote American League MVP? Judge's numbers are off through the roof.
Dumper.
But the big dumpers with the home runs, where are you going if you have the vote for the AL MVP?
I'm leaning Raleigh. Before tonight, I was leaning Raleigh. Now I'm seeing Judge homer twice, and let's say if Judge gets 3 or 4 more homers in the next 4 days, and the Yankees come back and win the division, I am someone who does consider the team's success.
I agree with that. I agree. Winning should matter. Winning should matter.
Yeah. Winning matters. And the other thing but the thing that still tips me a little bit toward Raleigh. First of all, he's doing things historically at the position that have never been done before. And he, Judge certainly, if the Yankees win the division, you'll say Judge's bat is the biggest reason why, and that's correct. If the Mariners win the division, and I expect that they will, they're imminently potentially going to clinch it as early as tonight, is that Raleigh, it's not just his bat that's the reason, it's his glove and his game calling. Right. And I just think, Kelvin and Rob, we're still at a point in the game. You've got every metric that exists in the world. There is still not a metric that tells me the value of a great catcher, and Cal Raleigh is a great catcher.
And doing some both of them doing historic things for sure. John, I appreciate it, and I'll tell you what, John, I'm sitting next to a professional because it took everything inside Rob to not go running when Aaron Judge hit the
Look at him going crazy.
I know,
it's an MVP.
Basically, I talked to Rob before the segment started, and Rob gave me a little insight. He said Robert said, Rob Parker's got all his baseball going on. We just got to make sure that we have one focused conversation for 10 minutes.
Yes.
And guys,
we did it. We did it, John. We did it, John.
Thanks,
Thank
John.
you. Appreciate it.
Thanks so much, guys.
We'll do it again, man. It's going to be a wild MLB postseason for sure. Hey, last call, 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. Rob G's going to work on trying to get Aaron Judge on, see if he can call from the clubhouse in just a little bit. Fox Sports Radio.
It's last call time on The Odd Couple. If you had a take and couldn't get in all show, here's your chance. Your call's important to us. Call us at 877-99 on Fox. Hurry up. Rob and Kelvin got to get out of here. It's Trash Talking Tuesday.
It's your teeth, Reggie. I don't know whether to smile at you or kick a field goal, man.
All right, Rob, who we got?
All right, here we go. This is all trash and us, I think. Will in Dallas. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing, Will?
First time caller, listening since 2017. I took off work for this YouTube show. It's amazing. I'm trashing Rob Parker. If I ever needed a lawyer, I wouldn't call Saul. I'd call Rob. If I had a lawyer that defends me like Rob defends Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson, I would be acquitted with all charges dropped. If Rasheed Rice has a lawyer like that defends Lamar like Rob Parker, he would be playing for the Chiefs right now. All charges dropped. Rob wins and losses. One thing Rob will always be right about is Tom Brady as the low. Mariners to the moon. Thanks for the call.
All right.
No doubt. All right, Will, I see you.
How about Ken in California? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing,
Ken?
All right, man. You know what? I was on old Kelvin, but no, Kelvin, stop drinking the Detroit Lions Kool-Aid. Man, listen to Rob. He finally came through. It's not about the Lions. It was about the damn Ravens. How in the world can you let them just score? They got no D, and don't blame Lamar. He's going to be like Elway. He's going to get his couple of Super Bowls. He's going through some growing pains. And Calvin, please stop drinking the Lions Kool-Aid.
All right, there you go. He's out.
Can you, traitor?
What about Sean in Sacramento? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing,
Sean?
Yo, my uncle from another mother, cousin Kelvin, my brother's behind the board. What up, chat mob? First of all, Rob, you have got the chat going crazy. 70% disagree, and I'm calling in on their behalf. I'm trashing you up. I smell them Robbie back ribs all the way up here in Sacramento. I smell what Kelvin is cooking. My man done put you through the blender, through the barbecue pit, through the fryer, all the way through the oven hug. First of all, man, how are you blaming John Harbaugh? Blaming Justin Tucker, he ain't even there no more. Blaming the fans. Blaming everybody but Lamar. My boy patting the ball in that pocket, getting sacked 7 times, but he gets no blame. Like the other caller said, it's a short menu. He lost to the MVP in game 1, even though his defense gave up all those points. My boy bounced back down 14 in the fourth quarter and won. Why can't Lamar do it, Rob? Why can't Lamar?
Unbelievable. Sean,
Did he have a house phone? That was a good hang-up, like a house phone hang-up.
Sean, don't call back here. You're done. How about
I need a house phone hang-up.
Jacob in Wisconsin, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing,
Jacob?
Man, you know it's bad when you got to trash your own team. The Packers, you want to talk about a Super Bowl performance through 2 weeks and then just, man, what happened? You want to talk about it couldn't have happened at a worse week. I mean, the Bears killed it. The Lions pulled out a win against the Ravens, and then the Vikings killed it. And then what are we doing? Jordan Love's throwing picks, incompletions. You got outplayed by Caleb Williams.
All right, no doubt.
I can see his frustration in that.
Maurice in Atlanta, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing,
Maurice?
Fellow journalist, I'm trashing you, Rob Parker. A while back, you made this whole big fuss about somebody throwing a drink on you. You wouldn't do anything. Come on, Rob. We all know who can throw a drink on us, who can potentially slap us or do anything. Yeah, if it was Debo, I agree with you. You're trying to report it, but remember, if it's some short guy, no, I'm not buying it. And remember, when Will Smith walked on that stage, he knew who he could slap. That's all I got.
What?
He been holding on to that for a year.
What drink? What was that? I don't remember.
Some athlete. We had a big conversation about like the whole, if somebody throws beer, somebody does something, do you go up in the stage? It was DeMarcus Cousins.
If they threw a drink at me, I told you I would open my mouth to try to catch as much of it as I could. I'm just saying.
Only if it was a Cosmo, though. You only like Cosmos.
It could be top shelf, Alex. What do you mean? Shouldn't I try to? No.
Nah, man.
I wish
you spent too many years. You spent too many years. Still have a business and a home in Detroit. You got to throw some bows.
We got time real for Mitch. Mitch in New Jersey. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Who you trashing,
Mitch?
What's poppin', Rob? Calvin, how you doing? I'm trashing the Raiders organization. They should have brought in another lineman or two and gotten aggressive and gotten Jackson Dart. At least to Bill, I don't know if he's playing right now, but we want to be for the future. Giants beat him to the punch.
Yeah. All right, Mitch.
Thanks again.
Appreciate you. Parker Kelvin Washington one more time for us on this Worship Wednesday.
I'm going to take Rob G to church. Did you see that? He knows what he's doing over there.
Rob G does. Hey, Rob G, I'm not going to lie. That's my favorite thing you do. Because I just see the dude. We love you, Lord. Man, every time you do that, that's hilarious.
I would have said, thank you, Jesus. Is that wrong?
That's got to be racist.
Rob, caution.
You know what I need to do? I need to change my bet with you for like our next bet we have. If you lose, you got to come to church with the Washington.
You should have looked at Monty's face like.
Oh, I thought you were going to do that. I followed that up with Bud Mexican. I thought that's where you were going next. It is the Odd Couple.
Alex, you didn't get that, did you? Oh, no.
Fox Sports Radio. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive, ship fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. That's right, they'll come to you wherever you are. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And this isn't just a game. It ain't a game. It is a once-in-a-generation event. The Harlem Globetrotters 100. Rob G, put Rob G on the camera and do that again. Hit it, Rob G. Come on, you got to hit it. Hit it, Rob G. Get it, Rob G. Hit it. Come on.
Now he's
shy.
Now he's
bashful.
No, you see the real thing of what it's supposed to look like. You're like, I can't do that.
No, they don't know. I mean, they are on YouTube. They could like go in YouTube and pull it up, but they're watching
come on,
us.
we got last call. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
let me hurry up. Come be a part of a legacy that never stops. Be there when history is made. The Harlem Globetrotters 100-year tour. Get your tickets today at harlemglobetrotters.com. It's time for last call.
All right, last call.
This is the last call.
Last call. Last call for the Tigers.
All right, Sean from Sacramento. We don't have a lot of time, Sean. You are the last call on the Odd Couple. We got 30 seconds.
Real quick, man. Shout out DC. Shout out Philip Fry. Shout out everybody in chat. Scott, what up? And Rob, bruh, today you was testing the limits of Lillian, man. All them little side jokes in your window, bro. I'm just calling to let you know we need you for 5 more of these years, bro. Don't let Kelvin down. Don't let down the Odd Mob. And, hey, thanks for the 100 likes, y'all. Elijah, and Rob going on with those gift certificates. Shout out the Odd Mob. Y'all fellas keep it litty, bro.
No doubt.
Go.
Sean, appreciate
Nice
you. I'm not going to lie. Every year, every couple of months I go to Vegas, I put the over-under on you. They're like, how long is he going to make it?
Oh, stop.
Right now, it's set at 3.5.
No, we're good.
What you think? I got the over and under?
Go the over.
Go
Slam the under.
All right.
The over. Come on. What are you saying, Alex?
And the Pirates about to score. Okay, the Pirates scoring again. It's too much baseball going on, right? Baseball overload.
The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?